Hello everybody, welcome to the second day, the first day that's been streamed of this Diamond and Masters tournament. We have our winners semi-final. This matchup, this series is going to decide who goes through into the final to face the winner of the losers bracket. Obviously, the winner of this set is only going to have to win one set in the final to take the victory in this tournament. We have Boulder Knights in the red going up against Team Isolation in the blue. Team Isolation, a quite familiar name. They have been in previous leagues. They were in AGL Season 3, I believe. So, I mean, they're familiar. And, I mean, they can keep up with the big boys and Masters. So, I mean, they do seem like they could be the favourites going into this game. I haven't really seen too much of the side of Boulder Knights, but it is going to be Ilios. 20 seconds to preparing to attack. In terms of team comps, side of Isolation going for a Goats comp, I believe. No, Ezio is going to be switching to the Symmetra. We might not be seeing that, but yeah, we might see a Goats comp coming out of them. Yeah, there it is. On the side of Boulder Knights, they're going for quite a simple dive. They're running Arna Lucio, which is very interesting. They're running oh no, they're switching to the Zen. So they're going with kind of the Season 3, the Season 4 meta side of Boulder Knights. Both teams initiating through the middle. I think Goats, the Goat comp is of the side of Isolation going to be looking to go aggro here, and that's it. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to be going in onto that main tank. Doorstopper actually getting very low, nearly going down. The best thing that Isolation could do after getting that kill is getting onto the point after stopping res. Yeah, the side of Boulder Knights are going to be backing right up, and the point is going to be taken to the side of the team in the blue. A good start from them. Right now, Bezo Jr., shall we call him, 80% on the D.Va self-destruct, a very high amount of charge for him. He's quite a way higher than a lot of the other players in this lobby so far. The next nearest being 63% on Overwatch only. Some switches are already coming in after only one fight for the side of Boulder Knights. They're switching to do a double spam, which is the comp to go with if you're going to try and deal with Goats. With the Goats comp of Isolation. Bezel getting low, not quite going to be using the mech vote. An initiation is going to come in from the side of Boulder Knights. Extra is going to get low, but almost up to the primal rage. He might be able to get in quite aggressively and initiate here. That's a good bomb. It's going to take down Psycho. No res available for the side of the team in the red for this next fight. Golden Eagle also getting low, but he has that rally. We could see that being used this fight, but no. Bezel and Ezio with the cleanup. Doorstopper falls, Overwatch falls. The whole of the side of Boulder Knights do go down. And that is going to be a 5-1 for the side of the team holding the point. The side of Team Isolation. I mean, they live up to their name, didn't they? They isolated the target of the Mercy of Psycho, took him down with the D-bomb. Good work from Bezo Jr. I'm not really sure what that should be, but some good work from there. Also going to be a lot of ultimates out right now for both teams. The Graviton. Oh, a good tire though from Overwatch only. Going to be taking down Hydro and the Moira of the side of Team Isolation. Extra takes down a third in Bold Eagle, and anytime now this will be a 5-1 for the side of the team in the red. One kill coming in from Bezo, but he will go down last but not least. 90. Is it going to be 99? No, not quite. 98% on the board for the side of Team Isolation. They did very well not to use a single ultimate there. They know they're going to lose that fight as a side of I mean, the Riptide came out early, and as soon as they lose two there, they realise, okay, we've got to wait, we can't use ults. What they can do here is they can get a Graviton D1 combo and pin, or they don't even need to pin Reinhardt, because I mean, they're going to use a D1 though. It's going to take down Psycho again! A good D1 from Bezo once again. Bold Eagle taking down Overwatch only. The side of Team Isolation are 2-0 up in this fight. Make that 3 as Zone Edge is going to be falling. A D1 this time used from the team in the red on the point. Not going to get any kills. So Hydro finishes off the Baby D.Va. And the side of Boulder Knights are holding on to scraps here. I'm not sure if anyone's going to be touching the point. And that is going to be the first section of Ilios going to the side of Team Isolation. A very good start from them, 100 to 34%. Now, the thing is here, the next section is going to be big. If it's Ruins, Goat can honestly dominate. But it's well, meaning that Goat kind of really isn't strong here. You're quite susceptible to boops and spacing, meaning that the side of Isolation are going to have to switch things up. Yes, they're going to be going with the pulled pork. Hydro switching onto the Orisa, and Ezio now on the hog. Both teams going with that pulled pork combo. The only difference in the comps being the Zen and Moira picks between the teams. And, oh no, one team, the team in the red, are going with Zen and Lucio. Whilst the side of Team Isolation are going with Zen. Wait, why? Okay, no, they're going with Mercy Zen. Okay, made another switch there. Psycho Sam on the Mercy Zone Edge on the fire. That Pharmacy against the Pharmacy of Bold Eagle and Luchlon. Right now, no kills for either team yet. A good pull from Hydro, meaning that Zone Edge was able. Sorry, Bold Eagle was able to get a lot of charge off that one rocket. The Moira on the side of Team Isolation with a good starting kill with the orb onto Overwatch only, but Bezel goes down, making things even between these teams. But Hydro takes down Crispy. Zone Edge wins the fire draw, and that's going to be vital in deciding who wins this fight. Loose goes for the res. He's going to be able to hit it, but he goes down. Bold Eagle will be falling any time as well. He's kind of stuck on the point. But right now, a good hook from Ezio makes things interesting. Right now, neither team taking this point. Bold Eagle going to be going down. Right now, this fight is too close to go, but Ezio carrying his team right now. He gets 2 kills. Is it going to be 3? He's in a battle with the fellow Hog of Doorstopper here. He's going to go down as well. Ezio with a 3-piece this fight. He really is carrying. Is it going to be a 4? He helps Hydro with the assist hook, taking down Overwatch only, and Ezio on the Hog. Really going to be carrying his team to it. Oh, look at the Farah! Hydro and Medusa were the one finishing that kill. But Ezio really in the performance of his life right there. Obviously, Hog being very good on the map as well. But right there, jeez, he really did pop off. Hydro and Medusa able to take down Crispy Play. Not a stagger that the side of the team in the red of Boulder Knights really wants. But he's going to be picked up as well as that. Beto goes down once again. That means the side of Boulder Knights going to be initiating through the far side of the point, through the non-lighthouse side. The side of Team Isolation spacing while Bold Eagle looking for a barrage, I believe, but the thing is you can't really use. I mean, that was quite bad. He just gets discorded and taken down by Crispy. Crispy doing very well there. The high noon is going to be used as well as the Orisa drum from both teams. No kills coming in for the side of the red team whilst they lose to Crispy going down, Extra going down. But Zone Edge finds 1 kill of his own, taking down Loose. But another hook onto Zone by Ezio means that he is taken down. But right now this fight again is too close to call. It's 3 versus 2, 3 versus 3 on the point. Make that 3 versus 2 again as Hydro goes down. But Ezio takes down Doorstopper, and he's a Bold Eagle coming back after dying first in the fight, able to take the fight in his team's direction, and he's able to take down Overwatch and Psycho Sam with the barrage. And 80% now on the point. Yeah, there it is, the 80%. Right now, the side of Boulder Knights have a lot of they have a lot of pressure to win this fight. Otherwise, they're going to be losing the first map of the series. Let's see how they do it. Zone Edge with his Mercy. They've got to initiate onto the point somehow. The Transcendence is going to have to be used. Yeah, they will be winning this fight. Obviously, they're using quite a few ultimates. In fact, no, to be fair, they've only used 1 so far. But Bold Eagle able to take down Overwatch. Crispy goes down as well to the whole hog. Loose gets the rest, so that's a 2-way swing inside of Isolation's favour. They get more picks in. Psycho Sam and Doorstopper Extra goes down. Fuganima is going to fall, but it's not going to be enough for the side of Boulder Knights to take the point. And the side of Team Isolation taking the first map with a score of 2-0, a dominant display on well there with 100% to 0. Let's see player of the game. Ezio, it's bound to be, isn't it? Right, now after watching that play of the game and after watching the first map of the series, we are going to be going to a commercial. We will be back with you of the second map in just a moment. Don't you go anywhere.
Hey all you gamers out there. Want the latest updates, news, and reviews? At Gaming Cypher, we write articles about all the hottest games. Share stories from the biggest events of the year. Work with an amazing staff. Yeah, and even create our own content.
Bam! Okay, wow.
know how big the gaming world is out there, so when it comes to staying informed, we've got your back. Gaming Cypher, the leading independent video game news source. Follow us today.
Hello everybody, welcome back. We are in the first series of the Masters, the Diamond and Masters tournament. If you missed the first map, Team Isolation, the team you see in the blue, take the first map of the series, Ilios, with a score of 2-0 against Boulder Knights, the team you're seeing in the red. Right now, unlike the first map, I have someone to join me. Why don't you say hi?
Hi guys, my name's Elp. I'm the founder of Midnight Esports, and I'm pretty excited to cast this match.
Couldn't help but plug the team there, could you?
Yeah, I had to.
Gotta plug your homeboys. Right, we are on the map of Eichenwald. How do you think this map is going to go out?
Well, I like the dive coming from red team here. It could be work out really well, but if they go struggle at the first push, they'll probably have to switch it.
Yeah, I think dive is either a very good or very bad thing on Eichenwald. On attack, like it's all about getting through first point because you have the flexibility to get up and down the high ground on the second point. So dive can be very good there, but with first point where you've got this very tight choke, which really, if you manage to get through it and if you manage to get it to like win first point, dive can be great, but it's all about getting through that tight choke, and with dive it's going to be a challenge. The side of the defense, the side of Team Isolation running the Orisa Diva comp, they're running Farah, Mercy, Ana McCree. Obviously the change to Ana, how do you think that's going to affect the game in general?
Ana? Well, they didn't have a defensive ult in the last map there, and it didn't seem to hurt them that much. So if they can make good use of the Ana, they could do really, really well here.
Okay, so that is going to be the start of Eichenwald. Now the gates open. We are going ahead with the second map of this series. Will Boulder Knights bring it back? And oh no, they're not going with the dive. They're going with the Goats comp of their own, actually. That's very good because they can just run through Hydro and Medusa there. That's exactly what they're going to be doing. Hydro has to back away, and he does so correctly. Bezel and Ezio both getting opening picks onto Overwatch only and Crispy. Right now, only the Moira to heal 3 tanks here. They're already 2 down in this fight. A good nade from the Ana of the side of the defense means that the side of Isolation are going to be winning this fight. A very good display from the team in the blue.
Yeah, very good display. The Ana hit a massive bio grenade to start the fight, and the way the Goats comp works, you need like a lot of sustain to make your tanks be really brawly, but they lack that, and they just collapsed under the pressure of the Farah and the McCree.
Yeah, obviously the first 2 people going down being Overwatch only and Crispy, meaning that there was only a Moira to all 3 tanks. But right now they're going to be going in again here, very aggressive. Even asleep on the extraction, as well as that the Barrage is going to use from Bold Eagle. He finds 1, make that 2 as Overwatch only extra. Both get an early grave. Ezio also taking down Psycho. That Moira healing is going to mean that the tanks of the attack are going to be falling. Door taken out of mech. They can stagger him here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Quite a punishing fight to the side of the offense, but again a good display from Team Isolation.
Yeah, they're gonna have to switch something up here because that Pharah is all the freedom in the world. Like, they have the Diva, I guess, but on the ground they're just getting shut down by that Ana grenade, and they're just getting like wiped. They have no sustain to fight the ground battle.
Yeah, I think with Goats, you've got to be really careful. You can't lose your main tank because then you're susceptible to a lot of damage, and that's what they did in the first fight. But Bezel with the Nano is going to find 2 supports once again and again. Only the Moira of Psycho Sam to heal the whole team, and X just going to be paying the price for it. Ezio also going down. Also losing Met to Zone, but manages to get the final blow on him. He doesn't quite go down. I kind of bit my tongue there, but again, another good fight from Team Isolation.
They're still sticking with this comp. I really don't understand why they're not switching right now. They need to do something to stop the Pharah and the Ana.
I think they've got to stick with the Zarya because, I mean, now that they've got that grab, which is kind of oh, that's a good shatter though, and exactly the grab is going to be used. The Bold Eagle with the barrage stops the bomb. He fights 3. The main tank and 2 supports. Zone Edge and Doorstop though both get frags for the side of the offense. It is 2 versus 2 on the point here. Brigitte and a Baby Diva versus a Narissa and a Diva mech. Hydro falls, so now it's a 2v1. The only person alive is Ezio. He's going to be using the Diva bomb, and it's going to be finding no one fit. A Diva bomb for the offenses. Any time now there's going to be a fight 1 for the side of Golden Knights.
Yeah, they're lucky they had a bit of a spawn advantage there because it was a 2v2 on the point, and the team got in the point to stop them pushing in. But now they're going to be all regrouped, so they can't really be as aggressive here as they would like to be. As you can see, there's some people still slowly making their way back. The Diva and the Ana, which are like 2 of the key people who are doing work on their team.
Oh, look at what they're doing here. The side of, I mean, Psycho Sam does fall, so that's kind of is going to signal the side of the offense to back up to the payload, but they kind of went through together as a team to try and take Bezel off the high ground. It didn't quite work, but I like the idea. Bezel.
I never see people do that much, so it's nice to innovate a strat, I guess, but it didn't work out.
I mean, they've got to be really careful not to let Bezel hit this high noon here. He's got it. He's being attack boosted. He's behind. He should be using it here. Doorstop is losing the mech as well. Yeah, there it is. He does take the Baby Diva out of the mech. No, to take the Baby Diva down, sorry, Bezel with the hard pocket there. Loose, though, gonna go down. Bezel also gonna be falling the side of the offense of Boulder Knights. Doing well to peel back and take down that duo there. And this payload is gonna keep on moving forward.
Yeah, it's gonna keep on moving forward. I'm surprised this comp's still working out, but they have the momentum on their side at the moment, and they're starting to build their ults again. They're close enough to grab, they have the Shatter, they have defensive ult, they have the Coalescence. They're looking pretty good here for the fight. Hope they don't get the barrage on them, or else they're screwed.
I am slightly worried though, because the side of I mean, this Goats comp is very susceptible to, I mean, it's susceptible to that as well. It's going to go with the boots, the Bold Eagle, with the help of the Nano Boost, is going to find 3 with the barrage. But Psycho Summon Extra make things closer. I mean, Extra's going to get booped off the map. There it is. Bold Eagle finding 4 that fight. Sorry, I think 5 actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, this the payload's going to be stopped on the bridge after some great work from Bold Eagle.
Yeah, Bold Eagle's Pharah is what I was worried about coming into that push, because while Boulder Knights were starting to get their ults, like there was the barrage that could easily stop it, and there wasn't enough time for the Lucio to react to that, and there's the Nano Boost, so I mean, you can't really do much about that. That was good play from Bold Eagle. Nice reflexes to just rush in and take them out.
The side of Boulder Knights doing very well to kind of get on the high ground and try and force. Oh, that looks good. No, it's too high. Why is he? That Scoopball could be huge if it managed to get any lower. But a good shatter from Extra finds a few. Bold Eagle going to be the first to fall in this fight. A shatter does mean That, I mean, look at the side of, I mean, we're talking about shatters. I mean, both teams are really popping off right now. I mean, that grab is empty, it gets 0, but Hydro Medusa, with the help of the Nano, is going to be able to fire strike Psycho Extra with a fire strike to live his own as he takes down the armor of the defense. Bald Eagle finds Extra, Zone Edge finds Hydro, both Ryan's out of the fight, but Bald Eagle is the one who shines. Z finds 2, he does go down though, so right now both teams trading kills. Ezio though, with the cleanup, he finds Zone and Crispy. Is he going to find a third? He might be able to D-Mac.
I don't know if they can get back though. The Ryan is the closest one there, so is Diva, but yep, she's trying to contest it. Oh, nice sleep! Nice sleep!
A sleep dart from Pugnima. Jeez, what a sleep dart that is. I'm not sure if it's going to touch anyway, but
it might have just barely touched, but she probably would have been D-Mec'd immediately. But as you're touching on there, like, you know, the Graviton, like, for the viewers out there, like, the Graviton has been nerfed recently, so, I mean, the fact that they got nobody, you probably, like anticipated,
yeah, no, the side of Team Isolation with a good hold there, holding on the bridge, only conceding 1.108 meters, 0.20. Now it's their turn to attack, and let's see what they can do. They're probably going to rerun the Goats comp themselves. Right now, they've done well to counter the Goats comp of the side of Boulder Knights. They pick the Pharmacy really being the only thing that can deal with it, or double spam, because I mean, Brigitte herself is a big weakness of hers is Pharmacy, because obviously the splash damage going around her shield, she's very susceptible to being picked off by one, and we saw so many fights there that the Brigitte and the Lucio of the offense were going down early. They were going down first, meaning that a lot of pressure was put on the Moira to get the healing done, and it wasn't able to do it, quite simply. I mean, I don't blame them healing a whole team on your own when you're running just tanks and taking the spam of the far, and I mean, it's so much damage to deal with. But that's one round. We're on to another round now. The side of Team Isolation are now on the attack. Do you reckon they're going to do it?
I think they can do it. Like, what Boulder Knights struggled with last round is that they weren't reactive to the comp that they were against. I do feel like Team Isolation are going to be a bit more reactive if this doesn't work out, but I do think that they can have a good first push here, so we'll see what happens. I'm
not really a fan of the Orisa pick, in all honesty. If they manage to get through to him and just run, they'll plow through the enemy team.
Exactly.
They're going to go round the top tower here. And here they are, they're going to be initiating aggressively. Yeah, their pin is going to be from Hydro, not able to get anyone, but he is in the middle of the enemy team. He takes down Overwatch only. The first pick coming in the side of the offense. Bezel, Bold Eagle get 2 more in the favour of Team Isolation. Crispy does take down Hydro, and the res is going to be used onto Overwatch only, but it's a 5v2 on the point. Make that a 5v0, and that is going to be a very simple team fight for the side of Team Isolation.
Yeah, very strong push. Diva's really close to self-destruct. I mean, you have Coalescence, they could do a lot of work here, but the Junkrat will have Riptire coming up to this fight, so they could stop any momentum coming in. So we'll see how that goes.
Right now, 1 point on the board for both teams. Just a mere about 80 meters for the side of Isolation to take a 2-0 lead in this series, and obviously go through to face the winner of the loser semi. A good tie from Overwatch only, not the first time we've seen that in the series. Hydro and Bold Eagle both going to be going down, and now the dive, now they're on dive, the dive comp of the side of Boulder Knights are going to be delaying Team Isolation from pushing this payload forward.
I'm not sure about that. The Diva could have gone off and get a reset, but she kind of got a bit staggered, but luckily her team's regrouped a bit now, so hope she gets back soon.
Yeah, Zone Edge going to be going down, as well as that extra going to be falling as well. Ezio, the one to find the kill there onto the defensive main tank, and that is really not what they need. The side of the team in the red really needs to back up now, because the worst thing that can happen for them is they get staggered, and they're already down in this fight. They're thinking, what do we do here? They're set up on the high ground. They're kind of just waiting for something to happen. None of them really taking the initiative. And look at Crispy now. He's isolated against Bezel. He's not going to be able to go down. He backs up quite nicely, actually. But the bomb being used from both teams. The side of the offense able to take down one. Hydro takes a second down, but a tie is going to be used from Overwatch only. He finds one, makes things more interesting. It's a 5-4 on the point right now. Make that a 5v5. The zone edge is going to be used, but a good grab from the offense. Hydro, the one with the follow-up. Bezel finding two as well. A defensive Ginnerblade is going to be used, taking down the Moira of the offense, but Bezel finds Overwatch. Bezel finds Crispy. Make that, he's about 4 this fight. Hydro takes down zone. Nobody's going to be touching the point in the side of Team Isolation. I believe are going to be going through to the final of the tournament. Let's see play again.
Very good play there. They had so many ultimates to counter any situation that came at them on that final push.
This will be it here. Just gets kill after kill. Oh no, it's the first point. I think we've got quite a few. His cleanup is really nice here. I think the shot calling from the side of the offense, from the side of Team Isolation was very good. See, look at all of them just focus one after another. Yeah, that is going to be the second map of this series. We are going to be going to kind of a guide now onto how to join teams, how to work the network of amateur gamers. We will see you in a few. everybody, once again, welcome back. We are in the loser semi-final. We have the side of FNG going up against their respective opponents. To be fair, the side of Red Suns. Both of these teams have had pasts in this community. FNG with some tournament wins, I believe. Red Suns making an appearance in the last AGL season. Who do you think has got this one out?
Not too sure actually. I haven't seen these two teams perform yet, and I'm gonna be excited to see what they do. But
I think maybe the side of FNG will edge it, but honestly, I couldn't call it. In all fairness, how close this series is between these two teams. Map pool, if we're talking about that, it's going to be Kings Row. Well, then what is it? Is it Lijiang and then? Am I right?
Yeah, Lijiang should be next. I'm pretty sure.
It's Kings Row, then Lijiang. What's the third one?
Checking that now. It's Gibraltar.
Gibraltar. Okay, so those being the three maps of this series. The team in the blue on the defense first. For those of you that don't know, obviously the blue in the first round. The blue is always the defense, the red is the offense, and then the colours stay the same halfway through. So the blue will be the offense, and the red will be the defense. The first map, obviously, being Kings Row, being a hybrid map. The side of the offense have to grab the point and then take a payload to a set destination, passing one checkpoint before reaching that end destination. You get 1 point for grabbing the point, 1 point for getting to the first checkpoint, and another point for getting to the end. So that's 3 points. You've got a certain time limit to do so. So after that, if we're talking about team comps, the side of the defense are running kind of a very pack-a-punch team comp. They're running the Merciana support, they're running McCree Reaper, high damage in DPS combo, and Ryan Drive for the very tanky sustain. On the offense, they're running them kind of much more stun-based comp, try and focus on Legion member, I assume. Right now, the pharmacy of Nicola is able to take down Psycho Drift. A good start from the side of the offense. They get that opening, but a good fire nade is going to force Nicola back, as well as the Doomfist. And Little Dumb gets slept. Is he going to go down though? Gets low, not quite going to fall, but Nicola, Remy, and Superman all get picks in their team's favour. This point is going to be capped in just about 50 seconds to the side of the team on the attack.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna criticize this, but they were running a Reaper in defense, and I was kind of like, curious to see how that would work, but it didn't seem to get much value. Like, they did get a pick with it, but I'm not sure if it will be able to work now that especially now they switched to the Bastion now. Could get melted here, but we'll see.
I mean, if you run Reaper on defense, kind of the strategy is to hide behind him, like pounce on a backline, but what he did, he kind of just stayed back. He played with the rest of the team, honestly. When you play far back, as Reaper, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that value. Right now, Nicola on the point, having that Mercy pocket. First on the far with the pocket, and now on the Bastion with the pocket. I mean, they're playing around Nicola really. I mean, right now, ultimates flying around all over the place. Graviton, Shatters all being used. Remy doing well for Tin, Electron, Psycho Drift also going down. Both kids are going to be falling on the side of the defense. Valkyrie is going to be used from the team in the blue, but Superman with two. Superman, like, is definitely a justified name right there, saving the fight in his team's favour. That is good actually. Zarya on the side of the defense, able to get out with max energy.
Yeah. So blue team wasted 2 ults there. They wasted the Shatter and the Valkyrie, and that could be bad for them coming up to this fight, because the red team have their own Valkyrie. They're coming up to Graviton. They could maybe combo with the Doomfist when he gets ult.
Look at Nicola's position. Nicola's is just like way away off the point, kind of expecting a team to like focus on. I mean, he's done well there. He's not died. He's kind of sat back, and he's allowed the rest of his team to take the heat for him. And that is going to mean that the side of the team of the Red Suns are going to be getting this second point. They've got 5.5 minutes to push it through to the end.
But they have the Graviton and close to Dragon Strike now, and they have no defensive ultimate to counter it. I mean, they have the Valkyrie, but that isn't going to out-heal a Dragon Strike, so Superman with the pick on the Mercy, but he falls off.
The side of Red Suns really need to think of something to do here on the defense. I mean, Nicola... Oh, that's a good grab. It's a 5k despite the nerf. It's able to get 5. but the follow-up not really being as big as they want, but I mean it does the job. Electron able to find 2, Legion getting Alien Oxide. Psychodrift able to kick down Asm Bomb.
I thought the Drag would get more value.
Remy not quite getting out alive. Psychodrift is going to fall. But the kill onto Remy is going to mean... Oh no, it's good res though. They could go in here to be fair.
Yep, they could.
Right, so the Bastion configuration tank form is going to be used. Look at where Electron's position. He's kind of like behind using Storm Arrow. He's going to be trying to get those picks. But Remy and Nicola are going to be helping their team. Nicola finding a second. This payload is going to keep on moving forward. Nicola again with another kill. Remy finding the 5-strike onto White Demon. And this payload is going to be going right through. Legion, the only one being alive right now. The Shatter not really finding anything. Now Psychodrift, the only one being on the point. The Valkyrie going to be used from the offense. But the defense as well are going to be using their Valkyrie. Little T-dub the one to win that Valkyrie 1v1. On the side of the side of FNG able to get this payload through with, I mean, not a lot of contesting really. 3 minutes and 51 seconds spare.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this now, but I don't think White Demon used one ultimate. He held it for the majority of that map and wasn't really getting much value of the honor. And he was getting really focused. Like, he was way in the back trying to heal his team, and then when his front line collapsed, he was just alone and he just got destroyed.
Yeah, I think that the kind of the stun composition of the offense kind of put the tank of Red Suns under a lot of pressure, meaning that obviously he went down and then their team didn't really have any protection from the Bastion of Nicola, and now that is going to mean, I mean that did mean that the side of FNG were able to get all 3 points, but now it's another round, another story. No game is over until it's over at the end of the day. The side of Red Suns still have their attack. Maybe they can get a kind of snowball as well. I mean, it's King's Row, anything can happen. We know that. In the history of this league, so many upsets have happened like this. So don't write anything off just yet.
I see a triple tank, triple support dive coming out from this side of Red Suns. Oh no, they switched to Doomfist now. And Doomfist is doing a lot of work for FNG, so we'll see if it works now for Red Suns.
The side of FNG running the May, which I mean used to be a great thing in King's Row. We haven't really seen it too much recently, but they're bringing it back. Remy obviously going to be looking to get those walls split up the side of Red Suns as they attack the point. They're going to be running the dive though. Right now, let's see whether they can get this point and try and get this payload through to kind of grab 3 points. They have to, otherwise they're going to be losing this map. I mean, they might even not be able to win this, even if they get through with 0 time remaining. They're not going to be able to get the map. They've got to get it through to 3 points with time. They're going to be diving in though, and the good pin is going to mean that Apex now does get low, but he's not going to be going down. Electron with a good opening pick onto Superman with the help of the Mercy damage booster. Zengis scored and the Brigitte stun to help take Superman out there. Superman now being res with a pit of his own onto Real's Brigitte. Helium Oxide also with the headshot onto Electron. Apex now does lose mech, and this should be a fight one for the side of the defense.
Yep, and they will have a Transcendence coming into the next fight, and Primal Rage. They could maybe do something with that, but there will be a Valkyrie, and with the Brigitte armor and close to Graviton and Dragon Strike, there's a lot to worry about here. Superman, sorry, at the end of that fight with an absolute yeet of a 5-strike taken down there. Yeah.
Taking out White Room at the end, we saw that. I just wanted to say that, give some praise. Right now, Asm able to get back, kind of quite out of position there, but he's not going to get punished for it. Nicola going to get low, not going to go down quite yet though. Psychodrift's getting the first kill of the fight, but a huge shatter from the defense of Zeno is there to follow up, as well as that. Sorry, the Handor there to follow up, Haley not try using that, and Zeno as well, helping. I mean, Psychodrift uses the Transcendence, but obviously they're not really going to benefit off it.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Took down 2 DPS Mercy.
Yeah, Legion member dived in there all alone to begin that fight, and he was the first one to be picked off, and then he got staggered and he had to run to the back. It's not really good coordination there from the main tank whatsoever. Hopefully that improves.
And now the defense have a Graviton to work with. The D-Bomb is going to be used, though. It looks good! It's not going to find anything, maybe just a bit too high. But Electron and White Demon have already done the damage. Helium Oxide and Remy both going to be go down, but Remy is going to get picked right back up. So the side of the defense are only one down. Make that two though, as Liv 2 goes down. Superman also going to be falling down to the same orb. And this finally, after 2.5 minutes, should be the point going in the side of Red Sun's favour.
Yeah, and they will be close to Transcends once again. There is a Dragon Strike on the side of FNG. So hopefully the Transcends comes really soon to counter that. But there also is the Earth Shatter.
No, what are you doing? Superman trying to... Oh my god, he's actually done that. Like, I can't believe he pins into the enemy team. He's got 3 people around him, he's about to get absolutely rolled, and he just shatters them all and they all die. Like, Helium Oxide with the follow-up. I mean, Superman playing like a rock star right now, as I'm going to be using the BRIGITTE ult to help his team kind of just sustain on this choke. They've got that special armor, that extra armor for the next fight. And Helium Oxide going to get touched by the orb a little bit. He's going to be losing most of that shield. But
the D.Va peeking the top left there for quite some time.
What am I seeing? Like, actually, this defense. I mean, the Graviton now onto the ceiling. Helium Oxide able to use the Dragon Strike to follow up. But I mean, they're playing quite cheekily here. The side of FNG. First the Shatter, like just pitting into the old team and shattering them all, like unsuspecting. Can't say that word.
Yeah, something you pointed out on the Superman being aggressive with that Earth Shatter. I'm pretty sure he was the Doomfist player on the attack, so they had to role swap to put him the Doomfist. Now he's Ryan on the defense.
I mean, he likes the charges, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves them.
A good walk from Remy is going to mean that Electron and Realist Verse are going to go down, and again this looks like a fight one for the side of the defense. Maybe the Mail not necessarily needed, but they're going to be using it anyway to get the stagger kills. I mean, it's quite a good usage to finish off the side of Red Suns, and then again they're going to be using the BRIGITTE ult. I mean, it's just this roundabout of the BRIGITTE ult keeps sustain, lets them deal with the offensive ultimates, then they have the defensive ultimates and go in again, BRIGITTE ult again. So I mean, it's just that cycle right now for them.
Yep, they still have a Valkyrie and they still have an Earth Shatter. They're close enough to Grav and Dragons, so it's not looking good for Red Suns.
Oh, good start from Electron and Apex, both finding one little team. Yeah, this is 3 up for the side of the team in the blue. Make that 4. I mean, they finally get it through. This payload is going to start moving once again. And after a great Doom Pistol and D.Va Ultimate, they are going to be getting this point further forward.
We should highlight that the Zen's now gone over to the Lucio, and that's helping their Ryan be way more aggressive up front and dueling their main tanks.
Right now, the side of FNG able to get back and contest, and Shatter not able to find anything. I'm not sure how that got nothing really. I mean, I saw people standing in the cracks, but right now no clues with that Shatter, and a good Graviton is going to mean that the side of the defense probably will end up taking this fight. Helium Oxide and Asm Bomb both really following up, able to take down Electron and Legion member. Apex also losing the mech and going to be falling. And I mean, after committing 3 ultimates to that fight, the defense are going to be holding the timing. They have that BRIGITTE ult the same as well. We should see them use that any second now.
And another Valkyrie.
There it is.
The Coalescence and close to Sound Barrier, but I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, they're going to be initiating hard here. Electron and the Moira.
Legion's already down.
Yeah, by the looks of things, right now, both lineouts are down actually. The Mail onto the point though will help the defense, but where's the follow-up? It's not there. The frozen Doomfist isn't going to be able to get taken down. D.Va Bomb is going to be used for the offense and not quite going to get anything Right now, this fight looking close between teams, but that might be the kill to separate them here, as Electron is going to go down to the Brigitte cleave damage of Azenbomb. He finds a second in Psycho. White Demon are going to be falling, and right now, the side of FNG are dominating the left side of the kill feed, and that's, by the looks of things, there it is. The first map of the series, Kings Row, going to be going to the side of FNG.
And that was a really dominant performance on that defense by FNG. They had great ult economy and Brigitte play of the game. That Brigitte always had ultimate every team fight and keeping their team up constantly.
A good play of the game from Azenbomb. The end of the first map of the series. We'll be back in a second with Li Jiangtao, but for now, we have a commercial for you. Don't blink, don't go anywhere. We will see you in a second.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We have our second map of the series between the side of FNG in the red and the side of Red Suns in the blue. Who do you think will take the second map?
I think FNG will take this really easily, in my opinion. They had great ult economy last map, and their main tank for Red Suns was out of position quite a lot, so if he can work better, then maybe it could be closer, but right now, I don't see much changing, especially with Superman's flexibility, because, you know, showing him that Doomfist whenever he feels like it, I mean, it was working well, so we'll see what happens.
Right now, the first section of Li Jiangtao being Garden. Obviously, Pharah being very popular here, but neither team choosing to go with it, I believe. You might see a switch up there, but right now, nothing being a given away from these teams. Obviously, they can wait to change their comp in the last second to what suits them. But by the looks of things, anytime now we should be able to make the decision. We should be able to make the call. I mean, yeah, there it is. Right, the side of Red Suns going with kind of like a hybrid goats, comp. Like instead of running like more of a Lucio, they're running a lot of heals and a DPS along with the tank. So, I mean, if the Moira goes down here, it's going to be chaotic on the side of Red Suns. White Demon is extremely important to keeping this team alive, but Legion is going to be the first full Superman, able to get the uppercut, take him down. Psycho going to be going down. Remy finding a third for his team, and again, this looks like a simple fight win for the side of FNG.
I think this point on Li Jiang in particular does favor a lot more mobility compared to the other 2 points. So the dive was really good, and there's a lot of out of bounds, and there's walls for the Doomfist to take really good effect. And you can see he's on fire from that first attack right there.
Yeah, already up on that ultimate, on fire. Just lost the ember that he had there. But it's, right now the side of Red Suns choosing to go through the bridge. The possible is going to be used, not able to find anything. But Superman now going to be initiating, and he again gets taken down. So the side of the team in the blue, Red Suns are able to get through here. They should be initiating into point, but they're taking their time. The shatter from Verse not able to find anything. Electron though gonna get the opening pick of the fight. Remy, Azenbomb both gonna be going down to the Reaper shotguns. Halium though able to take down Apex. Literally means that both mercies are out of the fight. Halium Oxide falls, and after a mere 47%, this point is going to be going to the side of Red Suns.
Yep. The Reaper pick is really good at the moment for them. Like, you need the burst to take down a Doomfist a bit better, but there's also no one really to help out the Winston diving in. Like, he's alone. There's no D.Va defense matrix whatsoever. But he's using the Primal Rage, trying to boot the Reinhardt off, but there's Reaper going for the Death Blossom, takes out the Doomfist, but dies to Moira.
That res is actually huge. As I'm able to pick up to Lucy Dub, resing Superman means that the fight is swung in their team favour. Apex now does take damage full of Mercy, but Helium Oxide able to find 2, including taking down Apex, avenging his fellow Mercy. Little T-Dub, and again the point going back in the side of the team in the red. Anson Bomb gonna get low, but he won't be going down due to the peel of Little T-Dub. Apex able to pick up his fellow support as well, so right now this fight looks pretty even between teams. But a good stick! Oh, not quite! They nearly took down the Saria, but Helium Oxide popping off, takes down 2, Psycho and Electron, both the DPS of the team in the blue do go down. Little T-Dub gonna be falling though, so this fight looks very interesting and even between these two teams. Realist verse does go down. Apex going to be falling, so this fight looks to be going in the favour of the red team. So again, I wouldn't. They definitely, but Remy and Azam both going to be getting kills in their team's favour. 90% on the board now, anytime now, and this can be a section to the side of FNG.
Helium Oxide came in really clutch there, taking out the Ryan who had Earth Shatter, and Moira went down as well. And now they're just kind of just cleaning up this fight. They're just staggering back on the point. There's not much they can do. And there's a Doomfist ultimate, and there's the Dragon Strike out there, and there they go, they take it.
The side of FNG able to take that first section of Gardens. Now, I mean, really what will benefit them? Yeah, Control Center being the comp. They kind of run a very pack-punch aggressive, well-organized comp in Zero. So I mean, Control Center being closed down, some easy tunnels so you can kind of push through aggressively and not be flanked easily. It's kind of a bit harder than you think to flank them because of all these walls and everything like that. It's you kind of forced to either go through or you have to go all the way around. And so right now this section really benefiting the team of FNG here, and I'd expect them to go 2-0 up. But right now both teams running. I mean, actually, I tell you what, it's interesting. The side of FNG going with the solo tank.
They've been solo tanking this entire match, and it's been working out well for them. Yep,
wow.
They have.
Remy's doing a great job then, to be fair, but Remy under a lot of pressure right now from the tanks of the side of the team in the blue. Azambomb is going to be taking down Psycho Drift. Realist Verse is also going to be able to. Realist Verse is also going down. Legion member fight's going to be falling, and Superman. This fight is going to be going in the favour of FNG.
I mean, why this is kind of working is because the Doomfist is nearly acting like the off tank, because they are having faith in him to pop off, and he keeps getting shields from constantly landing those abilities, and he's crowd controlling the other team, so that way the DPS are just, doing work with Nikolai always in that back line, and Helium always just hitting them headshots when needs be.
Side of team in the blue, they're trying to get through here. Superman is going to be the first taken down, but White Demon is going to be falling as well. But Electron and Realist Verse are both going to be finding picks in their team's favour. Apex now as well with Resin to White Demon is going to mean that the side of Red Suns are going to be pushing onto the point here, as well as that Helium match side is going to be down. And this point is going to be grabbed. I mean, not quite yet, as the contest is going to come in from Nikolai. But yeah, he will be going down. But Helium Oxide now being raised, and now the players are starting to come back to the side of FNG. They're still going to be contesting the point anytime now at this point. No, the Realist Burst is going to be popping off. Finding 2, 5 striking charge kills coming in from his end. The contest though is, I mean, really well from the side of,
they had the sustain, they had 3 tanks, they had the Moira keeping them up. Got nearly 2 ultimates during that fight, and the Doomfist is down again. That was what won them the fight. Like, they were really aggressive, and they took out the key targets, the Ryan and the Doomfist, who've been doing a lot of work pressuring that front line, and they just worked through it.
Right now, both teams with a very good contestant. With a good grab coming in from Legion member. No follow-up though, as Nicolat and Halion both flagging out, finding kills in their teams, to their team's aid. And after only 34%, this sprint is going to be going in favour of FNG.
Yeah, I'm loving the tank play from Remy, how he's doing so much work and having faith in his teammates. Like, he was playing Winston last round, and like he had like so many counters to him, but he was doing an amazing job tanking, and he's definitely showing himself right now.
Superman and Halion both finding kills again. I mean, really, Halion was doing such a good job on the Panzer. He's finding kills every fight, constantly delivering. Superman as well with 2 kills right there. Legion, Psycho, sorry, they're both going to be going down. And FNG with a simple 2-0 win there. And they will be going through to face Boulder Knights for kind of like the losers final to see which team goes through to face the side of Team Isolation.
Yeah, Halion, the player of the game, he was hitting a lot of shots. Like, all the DPS on this team had their moments, always getting doubles or triples. Like, there's not much Red Suns could really do about it. There was so much crowd control, and even though they had so much sustain, it just wasn't enough.
But yeah, that is the end of this series. We'll be back in a second to see the losers final. Now we are going to be going to a commercial on kind of a tutorial on how to become a free agent in this community, and we will see you in the next series. Hello everybody, welcome back. We have ourselves a new match. It is the losers final. I mean, that doesn't really sound great, does it? Does it help with, I mean, just the losers final. But I mean, this matchup, this series is going to decide who comes up against the side of Team Isolation to see who takes home this this championship.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good at all, but we've seen some extraordinary play today from this side of the bracket. And I'm hoping we see more because, damn, we were put on for a show last round by FNG with the flexibility of that team and Isolation. Like, they're gonna have a pretty tough opponent in the next round between one of these two teams.
I mean, they didn't really struggle too much against Boulder Knights, the team in the blue. That's the reason they're down here in the losers final. But let's see. I mean, it's a different matchup, so Boulder Knights could end up being very good here, and it could have just been a warm-up. That could have been their only issue. But right now, both teams are going to give it all they've got to try and get them to the final to see which team to give themselves a chance to take home this tournament. Right now, the side of the defense, obviously, we can tell what their comp is because they have to get out early and have to set up. So they look to be running the Orisa D.Va tank lineup. They're running double sniper and then double healers. I mean, Junkertown being a very popular map to run single heals, but they're not going to opt for that strategy. They're going to be running the Zen Mercy, Hanzo Widow, Orisa D.Va. On the offense, I might expect something like Orisa Hog, D.Va Bastion, Hanzo Mercy or something like that. Or like, but by looks of things, they're going to go with a very kind of pack-a-punch again, like just an organized, settled death ball comp running the Ryan Zarya, which isn't the most popular picks on Junkertown. Right now, extra positioning on the low ground straight away, not messing around with any sort of flank or an Asm emoting kind of on the high ground. There, he's going to be getting in the fight now. And Nicola trying to flank is going to take a headshot, a dome to the face. He's going to keep coming through and coming back into fighting time now from spawn. But right now, neither team with the opening pick. Crispy does get body shotted. Right now, Halium going to get dove, gets kind of low, but he's going to be able to get out safely now with help from BRIGITTE. Overwatch only though, getting the opening pick onto Nicola again. He's going to be going down now. He's on the fire, but he's going to be falling once again. Little T-Dub able to pick him back up. But right now, this fight is just kind of a contest between two teams. No team really standing out.
Now, normally you see the double sniper work on the attack, get those angles of picks, but it's working really well in the defense as Nicola goes down once again. That's 3 times now, and he's already switched heroes a couple of times, so he's not having the greatest game right now.
Yeah, not the ideal start, shall we say, for Nicola, but his team aren't doing so bad right now. This fight looking close between the side of FNG and the Boulder Knights. Boulder Knights though with 2 very good headshots in Overwatch only and Zone Edge, taking down the Widow and the Mercy of the offense. And right now the side of Boulder Knights look to be nearly a Z9, and the BRIGITTE was going to be committed as well as the Valkyrie, no, the Graviton, sorry. Transcendence is going to be used from the defense to ensure that no one dies from that ultimate. But right now they need to be getting these kills to clean up, to stop kind of yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Azim and Remy both going to be calling on the side of FNG are going to be backing up here.
That was a very questionable grab. Like, it was only 2 people there in the point, while the Boulder Knights were almost all back, and they were still trying to get there. They had no follow-up whatsoever, and the only reason I could see that happening is they were switching off Zarya, but they're still sticking with it, which I'm quite confused if that's what they're doing.
I mean, they're not really getting value, in my opinion, off these sniping picks. Halium Oxide on the Widowmaker, not really finding too many headshots. He's found 1 body shot kill. I mean, as I'll say that, he takes out Overwatch only. I mean, a good shatter as well from the offense. Superman is going to go down. A good D.Va bomb. It looks good. He's going to find Little T-Dub. That's a huge kill. He has the Valk. But he's not going to be using it this fight anyway. Zone Edge has to stay alive here. He's going to be staying alive. He's going to be using the Dragon Strike. What's he going to find? Zone Edge takes down Remy. Zone Edge staying alive really was a difference maker in that fight. He's able to take down Nicola as well. Halium Upside getting a bit of Overwatch only again, but right now, I mean, it's too little, to be honest, for the side of the team on the offense.
FNG, they're being really inconsistent with playing the snipers, and Nikolak switching once again to another hero. This time to go for the Reaper. That just could work, but Widow has been doing really well.
That's a big kill. That's a massive kill on the zone edge here. But Overwatch only now getting the better of Halium. I mean, if there's a time to do so, that is going to be the time. But Little T-Dub is going to get the res on his Widowmaker, as well as that Nicola now on the Reaper, able to take down the main tank of the defense. Psycho, I'm not really sure why he did that. It was kind of a lost fight, but Halium and Nicola with the cleanup. I mean, it's just a matter of time. Nicola really popping up on this week. We're already up to the Death Blossom, 80% on one at least. And just in overtime, they're able to get the point.
Yeah, he's finally found a hero that's working for him now, the Reaper, and this could work well for Sticky with this comp. The only really thing you have to worry about is that Widowmaker, which I said before, but it seems like Halium is finally starting to step up, and he has the Infrasight, so they can see, and that will help Nikolak have recon on them and just sneak around and get the picks.
Right now, the side of FG opting to the side of Boulder Knights opting to kind of push, no, not push, kind of a position on the high ground. They're looking for these picks with their snipers. Got a good graviton. I mean, it was kind of obvious there. I'm not really sure how it doesn't get eaten. Doorstopper not able to do the deed there, and this payload is going to be going straight through. And after only just getting in overtime, they're going to snowball right through to the second point.
That was just great usage of ults. They just needed to use what they needed to do. You say it was pretty obvious, but it's just, you know, nice and simple. Just grab into the Blossom, cleaned up, and they're going to have ults in this fight as well. So they're doing well now. They're starting to get better as the match is going on.
Right now, in terms of ultimate economy, the offense look very good here as well. They have that Valkyrie, they have the Shatter, they have the Brigitte ult in a second or two. The Orisa Drum is going to be used from the defense quite early here. And is it able to get anything? They're not able to get any kills off it. And the Shatter is going to be used as well. Going to find 3. The follow-up is there. Overwatch is going to take down Halium, but Superman with the double pin onto Zone Edge and Crispy. And right now, they're really rolling now. Superman able to find a 3rd. And again, the payload's not stopping. The Psycho dies here as well.
Yeah,
yes,
and he's onto the Winston now.
Zone Edge with a very good pick onto Nikolai. He's going to be using the Dragon Strike. Overwatch only as well, able to take down Azam. They can get on the point and contest, stop the 3 points from being achieved. Overwatch only with another good kill onto the second support of the offense, and that is going to mean that the side of FNG are going to be backing up here. They're going to be regrouping. They lose both of their supports. They do well to get out and not stagger. They have 1 minute and 40 seconds to get this 3rd point on the Shrunken Town map. But right now, nothing is set in stone yet. Valk is up for both teams. Diva also up for Doorstopper. So let's see what he can achieve with that. Obviously, it's been a very good section for Diva Bombs. But right now, I mean, this fight is going to be too close to call.
Overwatch only, and Crispy right in the very back. So they have to go really far in the back and take out their key targets. But here in Mockside already taking out Crispy, so that was huge.
The Diva Bomb being used from the defense is not going to find anything, but the shield is going to be broken, so they will get some benefit off it. Zone Edge able to take down Nicola, but he's going to be picked up as well. Little T-Dub going to be using the rest there. The Dragon Strike is going to be used from Haley Mockside, but again, not going to be finding anything, but you just get the headshot onto Extra, as well as that he gets Storm Arrow onto Psycho Sam, but Nicola is the one popping off, as well as Doorstopper goes down. Remy able to take down Crispy, as well as the Overwatch only falls, and they are going to be able to get all 3 points on the board here.
It's Crispy. He reactively used that Transcendence once he heard that Graviton, and it's once it wore out, there was the Death Blossom, and there was just no one there. Now, if he knew he wasn't going to make it, maybe he could have held it just to contest the point a bit and just wait for his team to regroup, but bit of a questionable out there, I'm not sure.
So right now, the mark has been set. 3 points with 41 seconds to spare. It's been set by the side of FNG Boulder Knights. Are going to be looking to follow up the same, and they look at their comp straight away. They look to be going with the double sniper, Mercy Zen, Orisa Hog. They're not really playing disguises. in terms of the defense, right now, I mean, they're going to be picking heroes. They're going to be setting up. They look to be going with the Ryan Zarya. They're going to be running double main support, meaning that heals will not be short of supply with Azam and Little T-Dub picking the Moira and the Mercy. And Remy's going to be on that Zarya. Nicola on the Soldier. And Helium Oxide on that Hanzo.
And they're really good heroes. You want to like feed ultimate charge off those tanks, the Orisa and the Hog. That you have headshots aplenty, and you have the double sniper on the attack. Oh no, never mind. We have the Bastion now on the attack, and now we're starting to see typical Junkertown strats here with the Orisa, Hog, Widowmaker, Bastion. The only thing we just are missing is that solo support, but this could work out really well if the other team isn't ready.
Yeah, I think if Crispy ends up picking that Hanzo, that's literally the meta comp for the map of Junkertown, but they're going to be opting for the double support instead, which still works. No, Zone Edge is going to be on the Hanzo, and they're not going to be running the Bastion actually. Right now, they're going to be trying to set up kind of on cart so that shield is kind of movable. I mean, that's exactly what they're going to be doing. The shield still isn't broke. A good pull from the offensive main tank, meaning that they do lose that high ground. Remy getting to one. Oh my, he was almost taken down by Zone Edge. The headshots there almost taken him to an early rate, but he's not going to be going down. And see, this is a disadvantage running Reinhardt into Orisa. You're going to get your shield low and then you have no shield, while the Orisa will constantly have shield almost. So Superman really has to play this all carefully. Overwatch only with a great starting pick actually. That is the ideal pick on Little Cheetah. But as well as that, Psycho Sam goes down, meaning that both teams are without this Mercy and without that res. A pin from Superman comes in, able to take down Extra, but he goes down as well. Finished off by Doorstop with the help of the Discord. But Nicola able to take down Overwatch only, and by the looks of things, this defense is going to hold.
Yeah. You're touching on how like it's hard to play right into Orisa. I mean, if you can go really aggressive at them, that Orisa is just gonna be a piece of meat. But there was a lot of shield break, and then once the shield was gone, they started playing more aggressive, and then they just took the team fight.
Right now, a good start coming in from the side of FNG in the red. The Dragon Strike though is going to be so good. Orisa pull does mean that, I mean, no kill is going to be achieved, but again, a great coalescence from the defense of Moira of FNG, keeping his team alive, as well as that Azam able to take down Doorstopper. A good fight for him so far. Remy taking down Psycho, and already the defense look to be winning this fight. Something's got to happen for the team in the blue right now. There's 2 minutes have gone, and again, they have no way of getting through here.
We should point out the defensive ult that the red team has right now. There is 5 ultimates, and they can just use these whenever they please. But there is a Transcendence, so if they can bait that out without using anything, they can just keep rotating ultimates, and they're looking good for holding first point.
Right now, it's all about the shot calling and the ultimate economy. Azam Bomb going down. Already, they lose kind of. I mean, you don't say main support, but again, it's a very, very valuable support, and this is exactly what the side of the offense needs. As well as that, Remy uses the Graviton. Did you see that? Did it get eaten?
I think so, and Crispy used his ultimate reactively when they were already up in that team
I didn't see
fight,
that either.
so another bad Transcendence there by Crispy, and the red team still has ultimates for contesting this point here, so they could take this right now, but the picks are coming from the side of the Boulder Knights, so they're looking good here for the first point.
Nicola wasting the tap fires as well. I mean, they did that so wrong. They could have just lost the fight, kept their ultimates, and then reinitiated with Graviton, I guess. I mean, that was another way to do it, but I mean, not really what they need. Losing that first point, they're now susceptible to kind of the same situation happening to them that happened for them on the first round. But right now, nothing is decided. Helium Oxide with the first pick of the fight, taking down Overwatch only. That's going to help the defense from settling up here and kind of pushing forward, being 1-0 up in this fight already. 5 against 6 is a good advantage to have. They're going to be using the Shatter as well. It's going to be big. Doorstopper taking down Haley, but he will be getting picked right back up. Asm taking down the main tank of the offense. Extra going down. Zone Edge does take down Remy, but again he will go down. Extra being picked back up, but Overwatch only goes down. Right now these teams are trading left and right, but the defense looking good to hold at least for a little bit.
Crispy coming up to another 10 seconds. Hopefully, okay, well he's down now, but hopefully he does have better use when he does come back around. But Superman charging in, he's running at them, but Zone Edge just picks him off. Super out of position there. Haley and Knight taking out Overwatch only. And they're slowly pushing it, but it's still neck and neck here.
The D-bomb is going to be used from Doorstopper to no avail. Right now, these teams looking. I mean that coalescence is going to be big. If it does team make Doorstopper, that's huge. I mean, it's Nicola the one to pop off with the Death Blossom demecking Doorstopper with the help of Asm Bomb's coalescence. Nicola on this Reaper really popping off now. And what is scary for the offense is that the Zarya Hanzo combination is up.
Yeah, but there is that transcendence, and like I did point out, like there have been a few sloppy ones, so this better be a huge one. And they're now running a dive comp into this, which kind of questionable with Nikolai here, but we'll see how this goes.
I mean, what they're going to be looking to do here is obviously bait the transcendence of Crispy, and they can do that, I mean, by a Shatter, by any means necessary, really. Helium Oxide, though, finding too early. Nicola also taking down Doorstopper with the help of Superman's pin, taking down his mech. And again, after using literally not a single ultimate, they're going to be holding yet another fight.
Yep, and we've just been seeing this the whole time. They're just stacked with ultimates. So sometimes they use them well, sometimes they don't, but they always seem to have the advantage in ult economy all the time. And
what I'd like to see here is that they solo shatter the Zen and just take him out of the fight and then grab someone.
On the McCree, and he's taking out Nikolai.
Superman though, that's huge, taking down Crispy. Both supports out of the fight. There it is. Yeah, that's exactly what you want. Superman does his job perfectly, taking down both of the supports. Crispy left with that transcendence, no way he can get back. Some great work from Superman, able to take down both supports, and as well as that, that gives room for the Graviton Dragons to be used together, finishing off the side of Boulder Knights. FNG winning the fight. Crispy, ironically, with player of the game after being outplayed at the end there, but let's watch this.
Like at the end there, we did have the Diva. She was trying to eat up the Dragon Strike, but she just wasn't close enough that she lost stuck in that Graviton. That could have been a game changer, but I don't know. I mean, they were just doing really well FNG, so
I mean, it's not quite going to be for the side of Boulder Knights for this match so far, but for now we will be going to a Gaming Cypher commercial. We'll be back with the second map in just a few.
Hey all you gamers out there! Want the latest updates, news, and reviews? At Gaming Cypher, we write articles about all the hottest games. Share stories from the biggest events of the year. Work with an amazing staff. Yeah. And even create our own content.
Bam! Okay, wow.
We know how big the gaming world is out there, so when it comes to staying informed, we've got your back. Gaming Cypher, the leading independent video game news source. Follow us today.
I don't think he's in the first match though, not too sure.
We are back with this second map of Blizz World, one of the newer maps in the game. I mean, I like the design. I think kind of like looks wise, it's the most aesthetically pleasing in the game. But I mean, in terms of mechanics and like strategies, I'm not a fan. But right now, the side of FNG, if you missed it, taking the 1-0 lead in the series against Boulder Knights. Boulder Knights in the blue, I believe. Yeah, in the blue. Boulder Knights in the blue, and FNG in the red. Who do you think is going to take the second map?
I just think it's FNG. I mean, they've been doing really good defenses this whole tournament, well today especially, and they're running a wrecking ball with helium oxide. This is really interesting. I don't know if they're gonna stick with it though, but because they are the attacking team. But yeah, they're side of Boulder Knights running the Orisa Diva, the Widow, and Junkrat. They're just gonna be spamming the choke and hopefully go for those picks. Overwatch only has been doing really well in that Widowmaker, and FNG maybe running a Sombra, and Sombra has seen some decent playtime in contenders at the moment, so this could work well for them. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, with synergy it works very well, but I mean, that's the main thing. Synergy is what they need. And obviously Wrecking Ball being a new hero, not a lot of practice. There's not been time for a lot of practice on him. So it's kind of benefit here. But I mean, this is, I mean, you can use Wrecking Ball quite well to kind of take the defense off this front high ground here. That's exactly what they're going to be doing. Hopefully that is what we see from him, but I mean, they're going to be going through this bottom side, looking for the, and they're going to be trying to get on point. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Helium Oxide, we should see him swinging in any time now.
And another role swap by Superman. You know, in the support, I just want to point that out. He's been playing everything today.
Right now, a tick already in the favour of the offense. Made that too. Are they going to get on the point? Yes, they are just going to be getting on the point now. Zone Edge though with a great kill. That's a great start for the side of the defense. But Superman being picked up, as well as that extra going down. It's kind of a two-way swing in the favour of FNG. Little T-Dub taking down Overwatch only in this point. Any time now, it's kind of a lost cause for the side of the team in the blue. Zone Edge the only one kind of fighting for his team. Yeah, there it is.
That was a very quick EMP, like just under a minute, and they just had nothing whatsoever. Like Junkrat was away, but he tried to go for what was nearly a triple kill, but Sombra got away, and he only had the Mercy to get. And there's not much you can do off after one pick off the tire. There are already too many people down.
Nonetheless, the point taking after a single fight for the side of FNG. Right now, Helium Oxide with the Wrecking Ball out. Let's see what he does with that. But he's kind of flanking round all the way around the back here. It's interesting. He's going to be getting back into the main fight. He uses the ultimate of his onto the payload to kind of just kind of zone them off there. Helium Oxide taking down extra, as well as that. That's kind of the second. Make that 3 kills in the fight as Remy takes down Doorstopper's mech, as well as Psycho Sam going down for Nikolak. And Nikolak also taking down Zone Edge.
It's like a very, very divey comp. Like you have Sombros in the back line, you have Wrecking Ball who's just moving all over the place, disrupting. You have the typical Winston Diva dive. You have Lucio with that mobility, and like Mercy just flying to people. Like there's just mobility everywhere you go.
Overwatch only going to be getting the first kill of the fight onto Nikolak, but he I mean, he's not going to be able to outplay Helium and Remy as they find one each. Overwatch only though finding a second kill before he goes down to Remy. Psycho Sam rezzing extra, but it might be too late. Zone Edge though taking down Little, as well as that Doorstopper taking down Remy. Zone Edge finding a second, and this payload is going to be stopped just before the checkpoint. They still need to hold for 3.5 minutes, so...
Yeah, it's good that they made a comm switch, though. They could be a bit more stable now. This is a tough point to get. I mean, there has been a patch to adjust that, but it's still quite easy for people.
Helium Oxide hiding kind of at the back of the side of the defense. He's going to be using the ultimate as well. It's a very... I mean, that... The ultimate he's been using is kind of a zonal ultimate, pushing him to high ground, pushing him off the payload, etc. Helium Oxide, oh my, he absolutely squashed Psycho Sam there before he goes down. Zone Edge able to get the finishing kill onto Helium there. The Little T-Dub able to take down Crispy. I mean, this fight is trading back and forth right now, but Helium is going to be used from the defense again to no avail, apart from the mech of Little T-Dub. That looks things. The defense of Boulder Knights are going to be holding once again.
That Transcendence helped keep the Genji up because he was putting out a lot of damage. Doorstalker just stopping that stagger. I would have held that because they already won the fight. They could stagger those two. But we regroup now. They're onto the Pharah and the Widowmaker. They're playing triple DPS. Remy back on that solo tank. Never mind. They're going onto the Diva.
They're still running the Diva. Yeah, they were running. They never switched off it. It's just Halium switched off the tank. So
yeah,
they've switched from triple tank 5 to.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of triple DPS from them today. So I mean.
Yeah, it's forgiving to be confused at the end of the day. We've seen enough of it. But right now, the side of the offense are going to be initiating here. Nikolak able to get the first kill of the fight onto Crispy, but Azam is going to be destroyed by Zone Edge's blade. Overwatch only able to take down Nikolak. That pharmacy is going to get taken down very fast. Psycho Sam able to res Crispy. Remy goes down. So once again, Boulder Knights are able to hold it for yet another fight.
This is definitely the best we've seen Boulder Knights play in this entire series on this defense. They're doing really well now. Like the dive comp is definitely suiting them a lot more than playing that Orisa comp. Like they've just never really been comfortable on it. But now they're starting to do some serious work.
They've actually been very good here as well because you get have that flexibility between getting on high ground, getting on the low ground repeatedly, which is something that Reinhardt can't really offer, nor Orisa. The side of FNG kind of going around the outside here. The high noon was going to be used. If it's big, that's going to be punishing with 40 seconds to go. The high noon not able to find anything though. They've got to kind of initiate here because they've gone from having 2 fights left to 1. I mean, they've just sat there for 10 seconds. And that 10 seconds makes all the difference in the end. Nikolak needs help here. He's on his own, but he isn't going to be going down. He's going to be able to take down Psycho Sam. Halium Oxide that goes down. That makes things even here. Diva Bomb going to be used from the offense to no avail, and Overwatch only shuts down Nikolak. And right now is nothing but the side of Boulder Knights in the left side of the kill feed with 8 seconds to go. They've got to find a way to touch, but with the Genji blade being used, it's going to be taken down. Surely Azam going to be going down, and a good hold from Boulder Knights might mean that we could go to a third map in the series here. Side of FNG under a lot of pressure now.
Crispy's ult was baited out once Psycho Sam died, but it's like the team was just knew that the Pharah ultimate was coming in and they were prepared for it. They had picks and they had the Diva by Doorstopper just ready to eat up Nikolak's barrage, and they just won the fight from there. It was great play.
Right now, the second round of Blizz World between the side of FNG and Boulder Knights. If you missed it so far, FNG with 1-0 lead in the series, you probably see in the heads above. They are now on the defense to try and hold 1 point in 112 meters from the side of the team in the blue Boulder Knights. A good hold from them after kind of an abysmal show on Junkertown. Well, not an abysmal, but not necessarily a good show on Junkertown. They're kind of playing a lot better as a team now.
I mean, we did see early on in the Junkertown map, they were nearly full held, and then they just lost momentum and just got destroyed coming to the end of it. So, I mean, like, their defenses have been pretty decent, but it's their attack that's been lackluster. And they're running a Junkrat and Hanzo. Now, I don't normally see Junkrat run an attack here, so this will be quite interesting. They're running that Reaper on defense once again with Nikolak. He's been really good playing on that Reaper from Junkertown. Like, he grew into it as the game went on, and this could work well here. There's a lot of corridors you can teleport into sneakily and sneak behind them and take out the backline. But Crispy's prepared for that. He's going on that Lucio. Now they should switch to a triple tank and triple support.
The one alarm bell that's ringing for me here on the defense is that they don't have that Zenyatta to deal with the Zarya grab from Zone Edge, and that honestly can be quite vital in the defense's favour. They do have the comp to do a triple. They have the Reaper and Hanzo, which can work together, as well as that Nicola and Az and Bomb working together to take down Extra, as well as that Overwatch only going to be going down. Doorstop are going to be falling, and this triple tank has been destroyed as they just get absolutely rolled. Az and Bomb now on the Reinhardt. While Superman takes
on that Mercy as well. Like their whole squad's been really flexible today. They're pulling off like crazy stuff and some standard stuff, but they're putting different people on it depending on what they need. And Hanzo can actually mill tanks really well. Like he's good for picks, but he's a good tank buster as well, along with the Reaper. That's good for this triple tank top, and maybe a bit overcommitment there, but they've won the team fight. That's a nice team kill, and there we go, another team fight win, and they're coming up to that rally, and that could help them for the following fights.
Maybe they didn't need both Hanzo and Reaper ults, but I mean they're going to win the team fight, so it's better than losing. And then in general, Superman almost at that rally, and I mean that could be cool. That could be very good for the side of the defense here. Psycho-San does have the coalescence though, so Extra is going to get a lot of resistance here, a lot of help. Nicola as well being the first one to go down. Az and Bomb going to be falling. A good shatter from the offense. Extra taking down 2, taking down 3. Doorstop are finding Lenny, and this point will be going to the side of Boulder. Nice.
I think that was very clean. They really only needed to use one ultimate there. They did have the coalescence for like initiating, but that's all they needed. And they're coming up to Grav. They're coming up to the sound barrier. They have the rally. They're not using it just yet. They're pushing the payload, but yeah, they're being caught in the Grav here, and Dragon Strike from quite far away, but Asm's just taking 2 picks there, and they have to regroup fast and get them the payload before they start getting wiped.
I mean, the Dragon Strike being wasted there, really. It was a 2k grab. Asm already had the follow-up, but I mean, it may have been better not to use the Dragon Strike in general, but I mean, it's an ultimate you can get back really fast, so it's not that big a problem for them, really. The BRIGITTE ult going to be used. 4 is a huge shatter! 4k shatter, but no follow-up, and the Graviton is going to be used for the side of Boulder Knights. They find 3. Asm, Superman, and Remy all going to be falling. Zone Edge able to take down Halium as well. Little T-Dub has to get out alive. Yeah, Nikolai and Little T-Dub.
It was a good counter pin there by Extra to stop any follow-up from Asm's Shatter. And there was also the rally that was giving them armor while they were all grounded when there was no follow-up, so not much use there at the Shatter.
Right now, neither team with any starting picks, but that was a good shot from the offense, and that might be what they need to take this map of this. I mean, it could go to a 1-1 here. Is nothing but the side of Boulder Knights in the left side of the kill feed. They are getting kill after kill due to the shatter from Extra. They're going to be Nicola though with a death loss into no avail. Just the Valking Mercy to contest. But, I mean, if they let that res happen, they'll just let the res happen. The Reaper now back on the point. Right now, both teams giving it their all. But huge shatter coming in from Asm. But where's the follow-up? It's not quite there. Doorstop able to take him down. Halium also going to be falling. Nicola falling. Remy falling. Now just Little T-Dub. He's going to go down. And that is going to be 1-1 in this losers final. Boulder Knights taking Blizzworld.
I was hoping this would be a good series, and we're in for a treat. Like, that was a really good contest there from the Mercy and the Valkyrie, but it just wasn't enough, sadly. Boulder Knights just powered through that attack. It was a good showing. And Alien Oxide with another play of the game. That Hanzo has been performing well in that hero today.
So we are once again, after another map, going to be going to a commercial. It's going to be again, like, it's a repetition of the past. It's going to be the how to free agent tutorial if you missed it. It's how to join the community, how to create a team, how to be in a team, etc. So we'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, everybody, welcome back once again. We are on the third map, the decider of this series, between the side of Boulder Knights, obviously being knocked out in the winners semi to go down into the losers bracket against the side of F&G, who have made it through the losers bracket all the way to this point. Right now, it's their series to decide who goes up against Team Isolation to try and beat them twice in a row to take the tournament win. Either whichever one of these teams goes through would have to beat Team Isolation twice without losing once, in terms of series to take the tournament home. But I mean, obviously, as it's losers bracket, it's whichever team's last to have 2 losses in the tournament takes home the win, basically. And it's still got that tournament. You go. I mean, tournament. What word am I looking for? Layout. That's it.
Yeah. We should be looking out for that Superman special. He's on that Doomfist. He's gone from the support to the DPS. Adam's gone from tank to support, and Halien's gone from DPS to tank. It's, you know, wacky stuff once again from FNG. But Doorstopper takes out the legend himself, Superman, on that Doomfist.
Right now, Doorstopper with a great opening kill in his team's favour. I mean, they're doing well, pushing forward and grabbing the pull-pull. Good pull-pull combo. He's going to hook extra back in. He's not going to get taken down though, and the point is going to be going in the possession of Boulder Knights.
Watch out for Nikolak in the back. He's just sneaking around.
Though, yeah, he's going to be going through. Not quite going to be finding anything. Superman also going to be going down. Psycho Sam able to finish him off. Asmbomb going down. It's all the kills for the side of Boulder Knights, and they are going to be winning the first fight, ending in 20%.
Like, it was a good idea for Nick, like, to try and sneak around and try and get a picks, but like there are a lot of stuns at that point with like the Brigitte. He's got instantly stopped, and they were just split up, so like their front line just powered through, with Reinhardt getting a nice shatter there. And we're coming up to like a self-destruct and a sound barrier and a rally, so this could be a good hold here for them. But the Helium Oxide is onto the Bastion of all heroes, and they're running double shield. This is a really crazy combo. We'll see how it works.
I'm not sure how this will work with triple, because all you have to do is run through the Orisa and the Bastion will die. Especially getting possession of the point, it's going to be hard. I mean, Nicola is going to have to pop off on this week and trying to get a huge step force from the end of the goal. He's going to be looking to hit it anytime now. No, he's going to be backing up with the Rage. Right now, neither team getting any kills to open their account yet in this fight, but some good pressing from Overwatch only and his team. It's going to mean that when he loses the drum, Nicola finds one with the Death Force and giving his team a slight advantage here. Where's that extra going down to his fellow Reinhardt shatter? Remy taking down Zone Edge. Asmbomb finds one as well, and that is going to be a fight after about 80 or 90%. Yeah, 90% on the side of Boulder Knights. This point is going to be going back in the favour of the side of FNG.
Now, the good thing here is for Boulder Knights that they do have the shields, they have the Matrix to stop that Bastion, but it's going to be tough to take him out when he's set up. He's already been pocketed by a little T-Dub there, right in the corner, and he has 2 shields to get past. They have to be really aggressive, but Nikolai is teleporting to the back, trying to disrupt their push.
Oh, that's
a huge grab.
That is massive! Finally, I think it was a 5-piece. The only one not being caught
exactly what they needed. Didn't really need much ults there. They just came in the coalescence. They're using the rally now to help them for this push.
Nicola dying late as well. Asmbomb, the only one who can touch. She's going to be able to get on it. That's actually big. What is that? The Valk coming in from Little. Maybe the res wasn't the best idea. As Little T-Dub goes down, Superman going down, and that is going to be the first section, the first move of Nepal made for the side of Boulder Knights. What a grab that was.
They had a game plan going in for that push, and they just executed it perfectly. Maybe a bit slightly overcommitting, but I mean, all they needed was one team fight win, and that's exactly what they did. So that was great work from Boulder Knights. But FNG, they're doing a lot of role swapping into wacky comms, and it's going to bite them in the ass. Like again, Superman's going off the main tank onto support, and Adam's going off to support to main tank, and Helium Oxide's also onto support. Like, I just find their role swapping constantly really confusing. They're just sacrificing ult charge. Like it was working well for them in the first few games, but now it's starting to punish them.
Right now, Orisa Hog obviously been very, very good here. The only difference between the two comps is kind of the DPS choices of Junkrat and Reaper, and the kind of that flex role between the Brigitte and the Diva. Is kind of the difference between these teams. The side of F&G opting to kind of initiate onto the point, but Boulder Knights are going to be going in right about now. Neither team with an opening kill, but as I said, Zone Edge able to get the kill onto Azam. A good hook from the hog of the team in the blue is going to mean that Nicola is taken down. Overwatch is going to fall though. Nicola, as well as that being res, and this point is going to be going in the favour of F&G, and they're showing we are not quite done yet.
Yeah, very good boots that Superman just to clear everything up, and you know, when you get boots you get a lot of ult charge, so he's coming up to a sound barrier, and this could help with the defense here. But there is that supercharger now in play, and Junkrat with his Riptire, so there could be big plays here now come from Boulder Knights.
Yeah, right now a lot of ultimates in the fight, especially for the team that are going to be initiating onto the point. They're going to be starting with the Junkrat Tire, and it's going to be good, I tell you that. As well as that, it fights too! Little T and Superman both going to be going down. Overwatch only. I mean, the Transcendence maybe not needed. That is overkill to say the least. They could have really used that as well with the Death Blossom from Nikolak not being far away. They really needed that Transcendence, but Chris is going to be using it nonetheless. Now let's just hope he gets it back fast.
Yeah, he's a really questionable Transcendence all series, but I mean, the rest of the team's doing quite a good job when they need to come up clutch. So that's a good thing to say about them.
Oh, what a ball! What a ball! Remy taking out the Junkertown duo. Overwatch and Zone Edge both going to be going into the abyss of this map section, and as well as that, another one falling is going to be extra. Only 25%, and I mean, no Transcendence is going to save your team from that. Let's be real.
Yeah. You can see Helium Oxide is trying to do a third-person peek there, but they're not coming in. Well, they are now. Nikolak's teleporting far back, as you can see there. They're finally starting to push in now, but there's a lot of ultimates by FNG, so you gotta watch out. Reaper might teleport, get into the back. Yeah, he's flanking around, and there's gonna be a huge Death Blossom. There you go. Triple kill.
My, that's what you need to transfer.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah,
they just bursted so quickly, and there's not much time to regroup. And even if there is the sound barrier, there is the Valkyrie, there is that supercharger. There's not much they have to counter that. This looks like it's going to be a point for FNG, unless something magic.
They're going to be able to get it with the Valk.
Yeah.
That's actually really big. I mean, Doorstopper, he goes down low. And yeah, the ultimates are going to be used from the side of the team in the red. But right now, no kills are coming in. But as I said, Overwatch only is going to go down. But a good res and a good tire. Two-way swing. The Doorstopper goes down. Overwatch goes down. The Jones finds two. They can bring this back. Extra though, going to be jumping off the map. Little T up with the res onto Adam and a boop onto Doorstopper. Look at him, he's hanging on for dear life with this baby Diva. He falls. Zone Edge really popped off that fight, but it's not going to matter as a side of FNG take this to a final section on a cough decider to see who goes through to face team isolation. My!
Yeah, this series just gave us a treat, and it was really sloppy play there from the side of Boulder Knights, and hopefully they fix something now. But they're running that quad tank by the looks of things. We don't know if we'll change it. Nick liked going with that far up with the Orisa solo tank by the looks of it. Yeah, okay. Boulder Knights are finally playing the Goats comp, and it's just a really interesting comp here for FNG. We'll see how this works. Oh no,
Superman's gonna have a lot of trouble. Superman dealing with Moira, yeah, Superman dealing with Moira, Brigitte, Zarya. Superman is going to have a lot on his plate here.
He needs to bring up that Doomfist, maybe.
Right now, with this Ghost comp, you've got to be running through them here. They've got to be playing aggro, and that's exactly what Extra did. He pins Haley and Rockside, taking him down earlier. Some good rockets though coming in from Nicola. A shatter, you see, that's Ghost right there. That's Ghost. Extra and Overwatch only taking down their fellow Brigitte and Ryan. But the point going in the favour, the point nearly going in the favour of the side of the team in the red. Superman though going to be going down only with the final blow there, and the point is going to be going in the favour of Boulder Knights once again.
And now they've switched on to the Zarya of their own, and I think they're probably wanting to switch to a Goats comp as well, but they do have that Dragon Blade and the Costa Barrage, which is one of the few things that can do serious damage, so they do have that Barrage and the Blade. Like I said, they could get team fight win here, but it has to be quick.
Oh no, Lenny getting stunned from a shatter there. Zone Edge finding two, lifts it up, does get a res on his main tank, but Superman is not going to be picked right back up. He doesn't get anything with the Genji Blade. I mean, Genji's so hard to play into triple, multiple weeks actually. Extra, Physio Sam, Psycho Sam, Doorstopper, Zone Edge, all popping off for their team. The reason Genji is so hard to play, to just explain real quick, is that, so you're running into triple tank, triple support. You've got the sustain of the supports to deal with a dive. You have the tankiness of the tanks to deal with kind of like any combos the Genji can pull off. And kind of the amount of damage you can deal with, it's not enough to deal with triple tank. And as well as that, running into Moira, who Genji can't deflect, Zarya, who Genji can't deflect, Brigitte, who can easily stun Genji. It doesn't work out for Genji. And he's going to be switching straight onto the Reaper. A good Graviton going to be used from Zone Edge, able to take down Remy, as well as that Overwatch only Extra are going to be finding Fragmentation, finding two supports. And with 80% now on the board, do they have a way back from this, El?
There is a chance they're close to a Graviton that could get a team wipe maybe if they play aggressive into it, but they don't have much follow-up ults. There is the Coalescence, there is the Self-Destruct, that could be used to counter and space them out of the Graviton. So we'll see, but Reaper is flanking around, so could be an early pick here. Nope, and the Moira gets away.
Oh, what a shatter though! The 4K shatter! Where's the follow-up? The Graviton is going to be used as well. Where's the follow-up though? Where are the kills? Superman is going to get low. Doorstopper, look how low he is. It's going to use the Diva Bomb anytime now. We should see it being used. Yeah, there it is. But the tire is going to be used from Nicola. He finds two! But the C9! Oh! The side of Boulder Knights with a lucky Z9 in their favour. They are going to be going through, facing Team on Isolation in the finals of this tournament. Let's see this play of the game before we go to a commercial. But what a series. Unlucky to the side of Team FNG. Oh my, look at the
And Extra was getting those shatters really fast, and that's just the good thing about Goats Comp. You can play really aggressive with that Reinhardt, and if Reinhardt's swinging, he can get like nearly 10% every swing for every person he hits, so you can get that ultimate in potentially 5 seconds if you're getting really aggressive into their team. And they played to its strengths really well, and they just had no answer. They were playing Genji into that, and there's nothing Genji could do whatsoever, and they were using Pharah, but there was really good reactions from Crispy, which I've been criticizing him like most of this series, but that reaction with the Lucio was really good. They had Diva always there to stop any ults. It was just really good play by Boulder Knights overall, and deservedly in the grand finals.
Now here getting ready to start off the match on Oasis, Team Isolation versus Team Balder Knights. Both teams here, some pretty big names. Bezo Jr. He's a pretty great DPS player for the side of Team Isolation. Balder Knights, Psycho Sam, also a pretty good DPS player. Some of these guys I've seen. Bald Eagle, Hydra Medusa, yeah, all of these names I noticed from some of these guys have just played phenomenally well here in previous tournaments, as well as even I think AGL Season 2. I think some of these guys were in. So some pretty well-known names here for some of these teams. So I think we're gonna have a great match on our hands.
Yeah, earlier in the day, these two teams did face each other. It went really convincingly on the side of Isolation, but Balder Knights came off a ridiculous series against FNG, and I thought FNG was going to run away with it, but Balder Knights came back and they really turned up, so this could be a much better series than earlier in the day.
Yeah, Team Balder Knights here looking to come out potentially on a Rein Zarya Diva comp. With Ana Mercy? So double main support here. We were going to see a little bit more Ana play coming out from probably some teams here in these tournaments and things like that with the new support changes. Team Isolation opting for that 3-3 comp here, and Team Isolation is going to take a commanding presence on the point. However, Hydra Medusa gets walled off and pinned. He's getting extremely low, but gets amazing help from his Brigitte. And now Team Isolation playing extremely aggressively. Luchathon is able to take down extra releases, and now it's looking as though Team Isolation is going to be taking over the point as Psycho Sam falls. However, they still have not capped the point yet. And Team Isolation does double back down, caps the point. Going into this next fight, Bald Eagle already 91% to that Brigitte ultimate. We see how fast you can just charge one of these ultimates if you're just playing so aggressively alongside of your Reinhardt. Hydra Medusa also 90% to that Shatter. We could see some really big plays if they're able to combo this correctly.
Yeah, and they're running the Goats comp, and that just favors aggression. There's the Earth Shatter, and they're going to be building up ultimates ridiculously fast when they're playing this aggressive. They're trying to do as a counter self-destruct, but they just get no value. They're just running at them in spawn. There's just not much they can do here at the moment. They're just being, well, isolated, you may say.
Punny. Yeah, Hydra Medusa just unable to find anybody with that Shatter. Him and Bald Eagle didn't really combo that as well as I was hoping for. I was hoping for a little bit of that fast Shatter action. Even through that, though, he's able to get the pin on extra, and so I mean, it still won them the fight. Just not as good teamwork as I was hoping for. So now coming into this next fight here, for the side of Balder Knights, they're going to have this Shatter, the Valk, and the Mail. So we could see a little bit of work coming out of here for them. The Mail now coming out here for Balder Knights, as well as the Diva Bomb to retaliate from Bezo. Unable to find anybody. Huge Mail. It's going to freeze 3 or 4 people on the point. Now the massive Shatter, though, coming out from Hydra Medusa as he pins Zone Edge, taking him out of this fight. Bezo loses his mech, and Hydra Medusa gets the door slammed in his face by the Diva of the other team. And now Balder Knights pushing onto the point. Team Isolation just trying to stall as long as they can down there. Reinhardt. The slow push coming in here, and the big Earth Shatter now coming out from extra. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Team Isolation, though, still having the point, though, ticking upwards of 90% before Balder Knights are going to be able to take it. They're still not letting this go. They're still trying to stall all the way to 99, and it seems that they're going to do so. The point is now in overtime. However, Team Isolation seems to be just trickling as hard as they can. Valkyrie coming out here for Balder Knights. Bit of a questionable ultimate as the entire team of Isolation is dead.
And I like Crispy's play on the Ana. Now, from the first series earlier on, Isolation was running the Ana to counter a Goats comp, and that's exactly what they're doing. But for Balder Knights this time, they took lessons from the first series, it seems, and they're trying to execute it against Isolation really well.
Yeah, Maywall now here coming up here for Balder Knights, unable to really isolate anybody else. The Nano comes out, but the massive Shatter coming in from Hydra Medusa is going to end up winning them this point here, along with the grab from Izio is going to win them this point convincingly. Team kill going in the way of Isolation. Just an absolutely massive Shatter from Hydra Medusa onto extra. And now we're going to see Team Isolation here going up 1-0 in the map.
They had a lot of ultimates. They didn't have to worry about overusing them. They only did one team fight. They just used everything they could, and they just took it. Simple as that.
Shatter was massive. Wow, that was at least a 5-man Shatter coming up from Hydra Medusa. He's been playing absolutely phenomenal so far in this set.
Both Ryan's
Down here, we're
really
going
hitting massive shatters. Both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now coming here onto City Center. I think City Center's a great map, man. You can run so many different things. You can run the dive, you can run the bunker comp, you can run so many things. And now here coming out for Team Isolation, we're going to be seeing the Widowmaker dive with a Brigitte, so triple support dive with a Widowmaker. And for Balder Eagles, we're going to see a bunch of swaps coming out of it in spawn, trying to come out in a counter to what Team Isolation is running. Very smart play by them, is they're going to come out in the 3-3 comp, ready to try and counter this dive on the point. Intelligent play by them.
They're just waiting for that so they can execute the dive. They're made their dive, but they're going to need to have follow-up. There's a lack of damage on the side.
Yeah.
But there's zone edge with the first pick. And yeah, they're probably going to run away with this. There's just not that much damage. They might have to switch something up here.
Yeah, the issue, Bezo, just unable to find any headshots on these tanks. No meaningful damage able to be found there. The big speed boost from It's Crispy is really going to set up Bald Eagles in a position to take out as many people as possible, and we see the Brigitte falling almost immediately for Team Isolation. Now Bezo still opting to stay on that Widow though, even though, oh no, he's going to end up changing onto the D.Va. And now we're seeing a mirror comp 3-3 being run back into the enemy team. However, the issue with this is now Bald Eagle, they have the ult economy advantage, and the Shatter's going to come out from Extra. It's massive, able to take down 3 people on the side of Team Isolation. Both supports falling, and now the entire team of Team Isolation just crumbling as the Stagger's going to come out onto Bezo here on the D.Va.
And the thing
Wow,
is, they can be the
massive
aggressors. They can be the aggressors, and they're going to build up the ultimates once again. And there's not much that Isolation can do. I mean, they can build their ultimates a bit slowly, but the other team's just getting them so fast that they're being that aggressive, and they're just going to keep rotating and rotating, and they can hold this. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, Zone Edge now 90 to that grab is going to be able to use it extremely quickly. 2 support ults are available for the team for Team Balder Eagles. Now the stun coming out, unable to really find much. The big stun comes off onto Hydra Medusa, and he's getting taken out of that charge. Hydra Medusa now doing the Earth Shatter, is able to get both tanks on the ground for Team Balder Eagles. And Extra is going to fall to Bezo as the pin comes in from Hydra Medusa, and now both Coalescence is being used by both teams. The D.Va Bomb coming out for the side of Bald Eagles, unable to find anybody. Hydra Medusa and both supports fall for Team Isolation here, and Team Bald Eagles holding extremely strong coming into the final fight of the map, potentially.
Yeah, like they built up a lot of those support ultimates from when they were being aggressive, and towards the end of that fight they were able to launch them. Well, the tank line from Isolation, they're only getting their ultimates now, as you can see. And again, they had the support ultimates ready from building up earlier on, and massive shatter by Medusa, but not much follow-up. And there's the, self-destruct kill onto Overwatch only. That's a waste of a rally.
Both Reinhardt's now falling for the teams. It's Crispy is going to fall though after just using his sound barrier. Now the big grab is going to come out here from the Zone Edge, going to have the entire team in it. However, no follow-up is going to be available, and Team Isolation with a pretty commanding victory over the point there. They did have to invest, I think, 3 or 4 ultimates though into that fight to try and take it, but they do end up getting the point. And now the rally coming out here from Bald Eagle, going to provide them that extra bit of sustain here, and now Team Isolation ready to get aggressive, trying to push up and hold Team Bald Eagles at the choke. Or Balder Knights, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Balder Knights at the choke. Excuse me about that, sorry about that. D.Va Bomb is online here for Balder Knights. Trying to find an opening, both teams trying to go for these stuns. Balder Eagles is going to find the stun on the Extra, and the grab now coming out here for Team Isolation is going to be massive. Both Coalescence is being thrown into it, and now It's Crispy, Overwatch only, and Extra is are going to fall, and Team Isolation taking just a commanding victory over this fight against Balder Knights.
Yeah, and now it's Isolation's turn to be the aggressors, and now they're going to be building up their ultimates really fast. Out there, close to another rally, close to another Earth Shatter, halfway to Graviton. They do have that self-destruct, but it's not all over because Balder Knights do have that Earth Shatter. They have the self-destruct. They have to get Graviton. This could be a good fight. They only need 1 team fight win, and they can take this point and bring it to MF3.
Yeah, Baller Knight's opting for the flank push, and a huge shatter comes out from Extra as he's able to get down 4 members of Team Isolation. However, the counter shatter coming out from behind Medusa is going to take down 3. Bald Eagle is going to get taken down, so it's Crispy from Bezos Bomb. Now Overwatch only and Zone Edge are going to get taken down by Team Isolation. Now, Team Isolation now just fighting the final 3 members of Team Baller Knights on the point here. They're going to get pushed off, and now Team Isolation holding strong against Team Baller Knights with 90%, 90 to 99. Baller Knights are going to have to touch without the majority of the members of their team here.
Yep, they have to use grab early and maybe try to rush into point after that grab. But they have the D.Va touching it. There could be a possibly good grab here, but no, only
Solo grab coming out?
Yep.
Counter grabs do come out here though, and now the sound barrier coming out from Luchathon, and just nothing but Team Isolation and the kill feed doing a fantastic job. Both Coalescences getting popped, but it seems a little too late for Team Balder Knights. And now Team Isolation just a little bit of cleanup left to do, and they're doing a fantastic job of that right now. And Team Isolation gonna take map 1. Fantastic job from Team Isolation here on Oasis.
And play the game, Bald Eagle. He was getting really
Bald
aggressive
Eagle on
with
this
Brigitte.
Yeah, he had this ult a lot, man. I even noted about this afterward, how aggressive he was playing in this specific push and how he got this ult, and to 91, just playing so aggressive, able to just free swing away, and just doing a fantastic job on that Brigitte.
Yeah. One thing we can say about Boulder Knights, like compared to earlier on, they were a little bit more reactive instead of like trying to stick with one comp. But once they went onto that Goats comp, they were still persistent on running it, and that's just kind of been letting them down. Like once they go into a comp, they just like struggle to switch off it and try and counter what the enemy's running. But they have been doing better at it, but Isolation can just play their comp better than they can, and they just don't have an answer for it.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll be right back here with some more Overwatch for you guys. Amateur Gamers Masters Tournament coming right back up. Team Isolation versus Team Baller Knights, and we'll see you guys in a flash. Yeah, shocker guys, peace.
Hello guys, welcome back. Again, sorry for the quick absence of myself there. I had a IRL thing I had to sort out, so Keegan did a great job of taking over for me. Thanks very much to him. I hope you enjoyed his voice, but I am back to cast this final map with my friend Elp here. How did that first map go?
It was quite close, but Isolation did take it 2-0, and the same problems kind of with Boulder Knights. They're just really persistent in that Goats comp, but they were a little bit more reactive than they were previously, so there are some positives, but they need to keep up that reaction and just counterplay into the enemy team, because clearly they just cannot run Goats better than the other team, and that's just their downfall.
Yeah, right now, I mean, obviously earlier these two teams played, and it was kind of a landslide towards the side of Team Isolation. And obviously, them being 1-0 up in this series, they're going to be looking to do the exact same thing on this map of Dorado. In terms of team comps on the side of the defense, they're running the Orisa, Diva, Zen, Mercy, Junkrat, Widow actually. So I mean, Zone is going to be dealing the majority of his team's damage whilst Overwatch looks for those defensive picks. I'm not sure how he's going to find them though, as Ezio on the Wrecking Ball we all know can deal with a Widow quite nicely, as well as that Bold Eagle. If Overwatch can't hit those headshots and Bold Eagle aggressively pushes the Widow, I mean, people often think, oh, Widow's a great counter to Pharah, but what Widow can't deal with unless your aim is on point is a quick dive from afar. It's a lot of pressure to deal with as a Widow. And there was Zone Edge quickly sending Bezel to an early grave. A good start from the side of the Junkrat on the defense.
Yeah. It's just really easy to fall into that trap at the start, and a bit sloppy there from Bezel, but I'm sure he can do some work very quickly. Like, he can feed off Crispy if he can get to the back on him.
Right now, this payload is moving through the tunnel. Well, it's kind of a tunnel, kind of like a bridgey tunnel, isn't it? It's hard to describe, but we all know where it is at now. It is at the fountain. Both of these teams looking to initiate into the fight now. Bold Eagle able to take down Crispy. He's gone down early with a good pin from Hydro Medusa. Bold Eagle and Hydro both finding a second was Bezel takes down Doorstopper, and Hydro finds a third, making it a team kill. And now they have 5 minutes and 35 seconds to get through the second phase.
Not much I can say there, just high pressure from the side of Team Isolation. And the Widow did try to grapple and get some space in the back, but she over-grappled and just had no line of sight whatsoever, so there was lacking a DPS out of the fight. And Isolation just rolled from there.
Bold Eagle, 2 direct hits, 2 support kills with the help of his Mercy attack boost. And he's got the barrage to work with as well. In terms of ultimate economy from both teams, the side of the offense slightly better off here. They've got the Pulse Swarm and the barrage. They're close with Shatter and the Valkyrie as well. And Overwatch only though, again Bezel going out early in the fight. But what do you think the defense can do here to kind of hold it?
Well, Overwatch only is very far in the back there, and if he can hit his shots like he's hitting them on Bezel at the moment, that'll be key. And there he is again, onto the Mercy. Yeah, exactly. But they don't really have much dive on him to get in the back if there is Bezel, but he's already died a couple of times. So if he's like has no pressure, he can
huge
really pop
Shatter.
off.
Big Shatter taking down Extra. Zone also going to be falling as he didn't really get anything off on that back line. Ezio taking him out. Hydro Medusa with a good pin kill onto his fellow main tank. And this payload is going to be moving in. It's not quite over yet for the defense. They are going to be able to touch Doorstopper on the cut. He's going to be taken out mech if we can get charged on that Diva Bomb. There it is, the D-Mech. The Mercy on the side of the offense also rezzing his fellow far. Bold Eagle going to be picked right back up. The name suits the hero, to be fair. The Bezel, Ezio and Bold Eagle all with the cleanup. Hydro Medusa getting the final kill of the fight on his own edge, and this payload is going to reach its second checkpoint.
Like, Overwatch only, he is in the back, he's not really being pressured that much, and he is getting the pick. The problem is that, like, his front line just being destroyed by Hydra Medusa, and he's just getting a lot of work done that Reinhardt, up to yet another Shatter. And Bold Eagle just getting so many free rockets on that tank line that he has another barrage again, and he's going to be pocketed, and he's going to get a massive one really shortly. You'll see in a second.
Right now, this defense need to think up of something to do. They've got the ultimates now to do it. They've got that transcendence. They're gonna have to use it with. Oh, they have to use it to deal with the Shatter. But they're not gonna be able to deal with it regardless. As Bold Eagle takes down Extra, and Psycho Sam also goes down to the pin. Bold Eagle using the barrage, able to take down one, but he's gonna get taken down to the headshot of Overwatch only. But right now, the alarming factor of this fight is that the Pharah is alive with the Zarya. The Zarya has the Graviton, as well as that there was no Transcendence to help your team survive. And I mean, if you've got Graviton, you've got the Pharah damage to help follow up. This is going to be a bloodbath. Psycho Sam as well being the first person to go down with 85% on the Valkyrie. That's a problem. The Graviton's going to be using only 1k, but they do well. D-Mech and Doorstopper, he goes down, but a good kill from Extra gives his team a glimmer of hope, but the res is going to be used. And it's still 6 players alive in the favour of Team Isolation. Bezel takes down Extra. Psycho goes down as well. The Shatties from Hydro finds 2. Ezio with the cleanup. And that's not quite yet. No, the pin with the zoning. A good pin from Hydro means that payload is uncontested. And the points, 3 of them, as you see now, going in the favour of Team Isolation. They are on the verge of taking this tournament home.
Yeah, Isolation was really aggressive. Boulder Knights did just to dive towards the end, and there wasn't much damage output. Like, there was, like, the Winston and just the Widowmaker, not a lot of consistent, like, burst damage on that tank line, and they were just rotating ultimates, so even if they weren't able to do something, they just had everything to counter. They had the Grav, they had the Shatter, they had their support ults. There's just really nothing they could do. Like, the switches just came in way too late, and that's why I've just been criticizing Boulder Knights when Isolation earlier, and even now they're just really slow to react to things happening.
I think the best thing that they could do is just put zone on the Zarya and run right, kind of mirror it in fairness, because I think that, honestly, I think the best thing they could do is, again, zone can really pop off here. Like, Zarya is really good. Like, as well as that, like, maybe Bastion on Car, I don't know, but they've got to find a way to deal with Bold Eagle's Farah. And it's going to be quite hard to do that with how they're playing currently. Maybe run a Goats, but then Farah counters Goats. Because you can just stay back, spam, get your ult, and boom, you win the fight. I mean, when you run triple tank, triple support, it's so easy to charge your DPS ults, which you can just do damage after damage at a far range, especially in Farah when there's no drop off on the rockets. I mean, season after season, there's been calls, at least on console, to nerf her kind of her power. I mean, in terms of maybe drop off on her rockets or anything like that. We nearly had it back in, I think it was season 7 or 8, where there was something on the PTR and PC where Farah, if she took damage, she drops, but that got resolved. And obviously Farah still being one of the stronger heroes in this game, despite the changes to Mercy, despite the changes to the hit scan. And Bezel, though, with an opening kill for the defense, sorry. I mean, he's found 2 already, and the defensive, I mean, you say defensive, they're playing aggressively right now. Maybe too aggressively, as Hydro gets kind of very far up there, but I mean, right now, the side of Boulder Knights seems to think of something to do.
I do think both teams on paper, they are pretty good. Like, both teams do have a really solid DPS. I just think where Boulder Knights is lacking is their tank line. Like, earlier on I was saying how, like, they're like diving in alone and just like being picked off, and you can just see like the tank battle, like how Hydra Medusa is constantly getting ultimate. Like, he's about to get another one right now, and they're just winning that tank battle really convincingly. There's not much that can be done.
Hydra, what are you doing? Oh, nobody's there, dude. You know, Shatter doesn't climb walls. I mean, he gets no kills, gets no stuns with that one, but I mean,
he knows he's gonna get one in 5 seconds anyway. Why not use it?
He's gonna get another one soon. But Bezel does go down. A good kill from Extra. He was 92% on that Dragons, as well as that. They have the I have the Graviton. I mean, they're gonna use the Barrage to follow up instead, which kind of goes through Transcendence and you do it right. But right now, Zone Edge and Overwatch both finding kills. Overwatch finding 2, that's huge! Headshot loose to stop the res happening, and now the Genji Blade is going to be used, and the payload almost reaching the end. There it is, it's going to be getting there. And 1 point on the board for the side of Overwatch, another one from him.
Yeah, he's been really popping off like the entire day. It's just a shame that like he just doesn't have that tank line I've been saying, because Ezio constantly has that high charge, and Medusa again about to get another shatter, even though they kind of got wiped that fight. It just goes to show how well they're working together. But they do have the sights up, so they can't see anything. But oh no, the Widow got picked off. He could have gotten maybe a pick or 2 with those sights, but there is the res. You can see something happen. So the dive's coming in.
The res being forced early, obviously Bezel getting the headshot onto his fellow sniper, but again, he will be picked right back up. Overwatch only. Bezel though with another headshot onto a baby Diva. Doorstopper going to be going down with the help of his Ana. Right now, the defense looking to be settling now. But again, Bold Eagle is low. Is he going to go down? Look at his health. He's one in it. Primal range kill from Extra. It's going to mean that Bold Eagle is taking out the fight. Now they've got to stop the res. He's going to be doing the res now. I mean, Extra needs to get on the Mercy there, stop the res from happening, but he's not able to do
Still
so.
have 4 ultimates.
Yeah, that's huge. But the offense finding more kills as well as that. They find 3 Extra really popping off this fight. I mean, you talk about the tank lineup lacking, but Extra really the one to pop off. He will go down. But, I mean, the damage might have already been done. The Zone takes Ezio out of the fight to avenge his fellow, his main tank friend, his Winston. He'll be picked up anyway. Extra, gonna get a second chance.
Ooh.
A shatter is huge, but again, it's too late as the second point is on the board for the side of, it's a point of being on the board for the side of Boulder Knights. But right now, I mean, they're already on an uphill climb to catch up to the side of Isolation.
Yeah, they still have that ult advantage. There's, again, 4 ults. They just had 4 ults, like, every team fight, and they just use, like, 1 or 2. Massive graviton.
That's a small grab. It's only a 1k.
Yeah.
It doesn't even finish off Doorstopper. Doorstopper doesn't go down here now. He's going to be falling. Overwatch also taken down to the headshot of Bezel. Bold Eagle and Hydro both going to be falling as well. Extra finds 1, but again, not enough. As Huganima is just going to be raised right back up.
There have been a lot of small grabs today, and I just don't know if people are just, like, not used to the new graviton nerf, because that got a massive nerf with the range on it, and maybe they're expecting it to catch more, but it's just not catching enough people. But even still, Ezio is constantly high charge. He's gonna build them back up really quickly.
Oh my, look at those offensive ultimates. Like, they've got 5 of them. They're gonna be using the battery. Oh no, the nano boost is on Bold Eagle. The barrage is gonna be used. But are they gonna find anything? No kills for the defensive barrage there. They committed 2 ultimates to that and they didn't find anything. Zone Edge able to get a kill with the Genji Blades. They are 3-0 up in this fight now, the side of Boulder Knights. This is looking promising for them now. It is not quite over for them yet. Extra popping the primary to stay up. He's going to be bullying his fellow main tank away from the point here. But now Extra needs to know when to get back, when to back out. He's going to know exactly when to do that. But Bezel getting the headshot on Overwatch only. It's going to signal his team to get right back in here. Overwatch only going to be best back up, but a huge shatter from the defense. But again, the follow-up isn't quite there. It just gets 1. Nah, there it is. There's the follow-up. After some kills coming in from Zoda, Edge, and Chris, the the follow-up comes in for Hydro Shatter as Bold Eagle finishes off Overwatch. I mean, that's the fight that makes the difference in the end. Chris needed to have a Transcendency there. He could have reacted to the Shatter and used it to keep his team up, but the reactions weren't there. You don't really expect that in this level of play. Only in the top 500 kind of level, you don't really see the Zen react that fast here, but it could have happened.
Ezio on the high ground, he's just hiding, maybe trying to get a graviton from behind. He's kind of giving away his position with the beam, but no one's going after him.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is. There's a 5k there. Oh no! He dropped just
What
too
is he
late.
doing?
There it is. No, okay then. He's going to go down. Overwatch only the one to capitalise on Ezio's mistakes there. The was going to be used. That looks good. It forces this defense inside, kind of inside the back, and then Zone Edge with the help of the Zen and Mercy, Harmony and Pocket is going to find 3. Doorstopper finds 2. Nobody's going to be able to touch the point. And here we go. It is 3-3. Round 2 complete. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a comeback we are about to witness. It is not over yet for the side of Boulder Knights.
It's nice to see Boulder Knights like finally trying like out new comps against Isolation, and they're doing it with great success. Like Zone Edge is doing really well in that Genji. Overwatch only he's been doing really well in that Widowmaker all day. And I think just having the like dive from Zone Edge is actually really helping out the dive from Extra and Doorstopper. Doorstopper's had a great diva all day. Extra, I mean, his dives sometimes have been questionable today, but he's really starting to step up now, and having like that dive partnership with Doorstopper and Zone Edge, it's just really helping him out. And I mean, Overwatch only has been just getting picks for days, so everything seems to be going really well for them. So if they can just stick with that, things can look really good here.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Think you can keep up with me?
Right now, I think the difference between these teams right now is Chris. I think Chris needs to step up on the Zenyatta. At the end of the day, I think at times he's been quite lackluster I mean, on Zen. kind of getting focused down easy. That might not be his fault. That might be the lack of peel from his team. But right now, he kind of been the only one who hasn't stood out at any time.
Yeah, his ults have been really questionable all day. There have been some. When he was on the Lucio, he had some good ults, but on the Zen, he's just not being his hero today.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has those bad days. What you've got to do is forget about your previous performances and worry about your new ones. That's exactly what he's got to do here. Worry about this next round. This payload is going to continue moving a little bit forward. The side of Boulder Knights on the attack. That's a good combo from Extra, using the melee and the jump onto Bezel, able to take him straight down to 0 health.
Damage
And that is the
as well.
advantage that they need. That's the advantage they need to push through here. They just got to kind of initiate, and they're not doing that. I don't know why. They have the pick. But what are they doing? They're just gonna... They're really taking their time here.
They're probably just kind of scared of that bald eagle, maybe.
Yeah, Extra getting low. He might end up going down here. No, he's going to be healed back up nicely. Again, that was the chance to initiate and to capitalize, but they're not going to be doing it. Extra going down. And now they are at a disadvantage to 6-5. Bezel as well, headshotting Psycho Sam. That's a perfect timed headshot there. But Overwatch only, with a headshot of his own, takes down the other Mercy in the match. Both Mercies out of the fight here. That's better for the offense than the defense because of the spawn advantage. They're contesting the cart as well. Hydro though, look at the charge on the shatter. I mean, he's going to be able to get in one. Zone Edge though with a very good Dragon Strike, able to take down Loosh with 83% on B, and there we go, the kills coming in for the offense now. Zone Edge really popping off this fight with a headshot to clean things up onto Bezo. Ezio also going down crisply. Now, I mean, with AZ9 here, I'm going to cry.
And Crispy really showing up there. That was a really massive transcendent to keep his team in, and then getting the pick onto the Zarya, who's being always a high charge, and he has the Graviton again. Now, on that first push, I mean, I think Extra was just a bit nervous with that dive because he knew that Brigitte was there to stun and probably didn't trust the follow-up. But he used to play with more confidence and just trust his team.
Oh, these snipers. Zone Edge and Overwatch only both finding kills. That's really going to help their team in pushing here. Valkyrie also pretty committed from the offense here. They maybe didn't even need it, but right now I'm literally keeping my eyes on this cart to make sure that they're going Z9. Are they going to Z9? No. Wait, no, they're staying on the point. The deep bomb is going to be used from the offense. A good shatter this point too. Both DPS are going to be taken down from that. But right now, and they Z. Oh, not quite. Both Dragon Strikes being used now. Bezo and Hydro both finding kills in favour of the defense. But Overwatch and Zone Edge both making things even. Zone Edge though going down. Overwatch is going to pull 2. Doorstopper is going to lose the neck, and he goes down. And Red also coming in for the defense. And that is all that the side of Boulder Knights are going to get out of that second attack of theirs. And now the side of Isolation have to get 1 point and 24.41 meters in 3 minutes and 40 seconds to take the championship.
Like, Boulder Knights did have to overcommit to try and take that point, but the thing was Isolation, like I've been saying about their tank line of just being really solid. They just had the ults, like, once they regrouped, they had the Shadow from Medusa, they had the Grab from Ezio, and, I mean, of course Brigitte had her ultimate as well. They were just, like, ready to just, like, win that point completely, and they were valiant with their DPS, but it just wasn't enough. They were prepared.
Right now, the only thing stopping the side of Isolation from utter victory here is side of Boulder Knights comp of Reinhardt, Zarya, Hanzo, Zen, Mercy, Widow. I mean, it's what they're relying on, this double sniper. I mean, when you're running into goats, that may not be beneficial for you. You kind of got triple tanks, so like Widow is kind of not as valuable. You're kind of relying on getting that headshot on the Moira. If you manage to pick up that Moira, that's huge. Like you win the fight hands down, because the offense going for healing to sustain if you take out that Moira. So the side of Team Isolation really have to be careful to protect this Moira of beginner. right now, side of Isolation should be pushing in here. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to put all the pressure on Extra, but the kills coming in for them nonetheless. Overwatch only Extra and Zone all going down. Zone Edge and Psycho Sam Chris all going to be falling, and the thing is they need to group up here. They can't stagger. Doorstopper in danger of being staggered. That's bad, as he's going to get the bad spawn, and they only need to get another 24 meters here. And the thing is, the side of Border Knights have to contest to the 4 here right now, or 5 if they manage to get another one back.
They have switched to the Junkrat though. This could help a bit, but there's not much time to do something, so...
If Doorstopper gets this Graviton, that's going to be massive. That's huge.
And Extra does have Shatter. He could be landing it right now. He's eyeing it up.
He's going to use it.
Blocked.
It's blocked. Overwatch only as well. It's going to be falling. Extra goes down. It's a 4v6 on the point right now. Doorstopper has to be the one to clutch. He's 92%. Zone Edge with a good just handle out here. Doorstopper 95 on the Valkyrie. He falls. Who's going to contest? Extra, no, he goes down. Nobody's going to touch him. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The side of Team Isolation picking up the tournament win. And I mean, take a bow. A great dominant performance from them, not dropping a map. Some great show from them. Zone Edge with player of the game. Let's watch this. This is the triple blade. Let's watch. But ladies and gentlemen, despite a good performance coming in from Boulder Knights, picking up a very, very worthy second place. They played very well. It wasn't quite enough for them. And another day they'd win, on another day they lose. Kind of how close it was between these two teams. But the side of Team Isolation picking the tournament win. And I believe that is that going to be it for the stream. Okay, yeah. So I mean, that's it for tonight. I mean, Elp, thank you very much for joining me.
No problem.
But yeah, I've been Zigzag SC. Elp has joined me here, co-casting, colour casting for me. I hope all of the stream enjoyed the tournament. Team Isolation picking up the win. Unlucky to Boulder Knights, but a great performance from them as well. Everybody played well. It's happy days. And we will see you in the next tournament, ladies and gentlemen.